And we're back. It's been like a month and a half, I think.
Something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Eto bleh.
I mean, let's put it this way. At least we weren't gone so long. The next thing that we played was still not Fate, and we took time off to play a Of the Devil level 1.
Yeah, that was fair.
For the record, I would still like to do that at some point. Let it be known.
Oh yeah, since it's episodic, we can just literally do it whenever we have a week where it's just like, hey, it's out, we're just gonna do this. Maybe next time too, because I'm not sure how long, like, episodic levels will be.
Cry the river and drown the whole world. I'm gonna do it every time.
No, you're so valid.
A cook, yet a poison tester, so a cook.
不死だらな食事のつけは頭に生えた異形の角。だがまあ、そう珍しいことでもない。美しい少女を貪るのは人間どもの本能だ。
Wait a second, are we fighting fucking Liza again?
I have no clue. Like, if we were supposed to fight is who I thought, then it is definitely not that.
Oh, I also just want to point out, here's where the timeline split. We're now in the That Boy Legs dimension.
Oh yeah, so just to give everyone watching a brief explanation of what happened. Excuse me. Vaughn's game fucked up and we lost the save file and our poor man here had to crawl back and redo everything. And honestly, you ended up in a better spot than we were in our previous life.
Yeah, because it turns out we were supposed to be like 3 to 4 levels higher than we were.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, thank you, Zako, for the resub. I was about to say something, now my brain stopped, but
Somebody hand this son bitch a beer already, huh?
Yeah, like there's literally a level that we would have gotten if we were just 2 levels higher that would have saved us from the Karna fight, which is you get to just minimize your damage for 3 turns. It's an ability. Didn't even have to use it in the Karna fight this time, though, because I was just so appropriately leveled, I just smacked him. Like, we also unlocked the Gates of Babylon. I have not even gotten to use it, because in the last fight that we get to have after I unlocked it is the one where you just press your Noble Phantasm and destroy a creature.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Right. When I came to, I was in front of the cherry blossom tree, and it's been so long, I forgot that I have to read all of these.
You're the pro tag.
It felt like I spent years in the imaginary number space, but simply being back here relaxes me. Although I never would have dreamed that the day would come when I'd get nostalgic about this old school.
When you go to a random spot in your high school and you suddenly remember, oh yeah, I got beat up over there.
Or for me, it would be, oh hey, there's that spot under the stairs. That's where all of the anime kids hung out. In just like this giant circle.
Well, I don't know which character this is, so shot in the dark. Buddy, I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Don't know how that came across. Oh,
I forgot Shinji's still here. Wow, the only males existing in this school are all terrible.
Hey. We still have competent ones. He's just not one of them.
No, all we have is Kotomine and Gil. Kotomine does not help at all.
Ones.
Oh yeah, one other thing I need to explain for the above game. I also unlocked one thing. I was gonna think about finding a way to edit it in to the start of this one, but it's really kind of nothing. I hit another milestone for, you know, unlocking stuff with Gil, which is just having earned a certain amount of like Sakura dollars. I forget what they're called, but
Sacrament.
Yeah, but I got that, and he still just belittled us with just saying, oh man, you're so poor, you're asking for handouts by showing me how poor you are, and called us Hassan a bunch. So that's one of the things we get to find out is who is Hassan and what is its cultural significance that Gil keeps calling us that. Ren, Ronnie, and the others are gathered in the schoolyard. I can see the same fatigue in all their faces. It's as if they had each escaped some peril and came here to check up on one another.
Okay, I call BS on that. Shinji would not check on other people.
It's more like they dragged him.
As if. That's exactly what happened, apparently. I'm sure you also had a rough time, but we were in a pinch ourselves. Julius became BB's stooge and ambushed us. Ronnie, Sakura, and I were in the student council room, and we were on the verge of death. After that, because Sakura had collapsed, the old school's barrier was lifted. And of course, that's when hostile programs from the labyrinth invaded, and NPCs in the school were systematically attacked. Oh, we had a full-on purge then. I had to give it to him. It was a brilliant blitz strategy, but I guess Julius knew it well since he led counter-terrorist units on Earth. By the way, how am I coming out? Am I like coming in clear or? Yeah. Okay, for some reason, I guess Twitch must be having a fart because it keeps disconnecting me from chat.
Oh, lovely.
Alright, it's not on your end, it's on mine. I had to use my VPN to connect to Japan to get the walkthrough I use.
Ah, fair. So that's how it went down. The old school is protected by Sakura. Your average hostile program can't enter, and even BB can only affect us by observing the inside. However, the Master's Sakura regards as subject of her guardianship are different. Julius, a master, returned to the old school, rendered Sakura powerless, and lifted the barrier. He attacked Rin and Ronnie, and ushered hostile programs into the mayhem-afflicted building to gain control. On BB's command, he commandeered the space in just a few minutes, but still.
Okay.
I know. Julius didn't betray us. He put on a show to trick BB. I get it. We're still alive after all. After he didn't finish us off, I thought, okay, this is an act.
Well, also, I mean, Julius, couldn't you at least get in Shinji? He's already dead. So it wouldn't be that bad.
Externally, it looked like Sakura and the NPCs were on the verge of death, but the damage they took wasn't fatal. Ah, boo. Then Ronnie and I were pushed in the imaginary number space, and everyone else was left in the labyrinth. That's all that happened. Everyone managed to find their way back and got here just now. What about you two? Were you able to monitor up until Leo was defeated, but what happened after that? Oh yeah, we lost him.
I explained therein the sequence of events up until this point. About how Leo and Gawain are gone, about how Julius saved me in his final moments, and also about how BB's true goal is to head to the moon cell's core.
I see. It's a shame about what happened to Leo and Julius.
Rin's thoughts on the matter in there. No longer do I think that... Oop, coming through. There we go. Now that's fixed. No longer do I think of such things as cruel. Behind her disappearance were dispassionate words of sorrow towards two people she deemed as worthy adversaries. Still, I didn't expect her to give no response on BB's motive. Isn't Rin surprised?
But how about how she's heading for the moon cell's core? Well, I was already thinking that might happen in the end. The absolute worst case scenario I assume came to be. That's it. It's scary, but not surprising.
Also, I just saved myself from having a horrible taste.
Eh?
I went to go for a beer, but then I noticed, wait, this is very light. Looked in, noticed that the cap is still on, but like nearly all of the contents are out, so whatever was left in there was basically re-fermenting, probably.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me a few times, and it's never good. Because beer already is not exactly appetizing to begin with, but when it goes bad, ugh. It sounds like Rin had predicted roughly what BB's ultimately had her eyes on. No wonder she's student council vice president. She's as reliable as a person can be.
Though I didn't think her goal would be something like a world where desires are unleashed. That's one awful future. We can't stand here being gloomy all day. I'll light a fire under everyone's ass and get us reorganized. You go get some rest. I don't know what happened to you, and I won't ask, but your internals are all shattered. You're holding up for now, but I can tell you're cobbled together. You're so mangled, I'm impressed you can still think rationally. So listen, go rest. We'll have our briefing after you wake up.
Oh yeah, our central nervous system was destroyed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got to replay through all of that, and I actually went back since I had to keep having the videos up to check it, make sure I didn't forget things, because the walkthroughs I could get without a VPN were not exactly, like, great. They have all of just the story points and what you need to get in for certain things. But aside from that, there's no story context. So I re-listened to us just making jokes about how much pain we were going through for Gilgamesh being like, you know, man, you're really hard to like. I'm surprised. Apparently, for someone with Rin's level of observation, they can easily catch on to how wounded my body is. I'm not hurting anymore, but if Rin is telling me to rest, then I should.
I mean, if your nervous system is out of whack, then you're not really feeling anything.
Yeah. Those who are in good health, she says, go fight. Those who must rest, she says, go rest.
I would make the argument that if your nervous system is out of whack, you're feeling a lot, but it's all wrong.
Fair.
I'm poking my cheek, but I'm feeling my toe. What?
No, that's like legit. Like, not to be a nerd on main, but that is so legit because, like, so for example, if you're getting tattooed, sometimes because of the way that our nervous system works normally, you will feel the pain, but you'll feel it in the wrong part of your body. There's a nerve in our shoulder that will cause us to feel a burning sensation in like a different part of our arm and or hand. Or like if you're getting your wrist done, you might feel it. Guess what? Not in your arm at all. So if your nervous system is out of whack, you're probably feeling a lot of things, but it feels really, really weird.
Of course, I just had the stupid joke of, okay, where's the spot where I'm getting a tattoo, but it feels like someone's kicking me in the balls?
You don't want to know, but you don't want to know. You don't want to know.
No, I kind of want to do know so that I can protect it.
You can protect it by just not getting a tattoo there.
I think that was kind of his point.
Oh.
I'm not a coward, though.
Pointing out difference in Rin Tosaka's kindness. Oh, one other thing I will point out. Somehow, I have no idea how, I missed the check to get the gym clothes that we wore for the majority of this game. But I did get Gil's suit.
Nice. That's actually more important, honestly.
The instant I got back to my personal room, fatigue hit me. My knees lose their strength and I start to fall to the floor with a thud.
Mate.
Oh, boy.
He's
So,
back.
Rin...
I said he's back.
So, Rin's candid advice was correct. You appear healed on the exterior, but you're extremely weary on the inside.
I did start to, disappear to save you, Gil. I know your instincts were the only one that saw that and your consciousness wasn't exactly fully there. But yeah, we went through a lot.
Clear your mind and sleep. I'll have to allow you to use the bed. It was yours to begin with. Oh, so there is a bed.
But there was only one.
There was only one, and Gil took it every night. Now I'm just imagining us in a little
fan fiction.
Sorry, I was just imagining us having a little cat bed that's just the size for Tsukiko.
Incredible.
This whole time I thought he was sleeping in his chair.
No.
Well, that's the funny
No.
thing. I still haven't seen Archers from the last game, but the rooms in the first two games were great because they were customized to everyone. For Caster, they tried to simulate having one of those slightly raised tatami floors. So they literally just put all the desks together, and that's what we slept on and talked on. And I remember that Nero basically just made themselves their own cobbled throne and would constantly have us come sit in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
So Gilgamesh tells me, then I practically collapse, placing my body onto the bed. The bedding feels soft, but my ability to think is slowly waning. Before I fall
Me every day.
Before I fall into a tranquil sleep, the battle between Leo and BB comes to my mind. Frustratingly, everything about BB is so overwhelming. Oh yeah, Saris, BB learned the ability to hurt people.
Oh,
And is very good at it now.
good for her.
Until now, we fought within fields prepared by the Moon Cell under fixed rules. That apply to our enemies Elizabeth and Passionlip too. Though they were illegally modded to some extent, those two were powerful enemies we faced while under the rules, but...
BB is no longer just gatekeeping, she is now girl bossing.
But she was
But
always...
is she gaslighting?
I was gonna say she's always gaslighting. Have you forgotten all of the channel BBs?
Oh yeah.
You're right.
At this point, she's become one with the system herself. She's a being who made the entire imaginary number space of the far side of the moon her possession and fused with the Seraph system. Isn't that precisely what we would recognize as a god? If that's the case, the very chance of winning in our battles doesn't exist.
Oh?
I've not said it before, but I want to say it now. That is incredibly uncomfortable. Number one, he's slouching, and number two, that's plate armor.
Mm-hmm. But then again...
I was going to say, you want to talk about nervous systems? He probably has none.
Somebody hand this son bitch a beer already, huh?
Not necessarily so. What you regard as a god is not omnipotent. No perfect thing exists throughout the entire universe anyway.
If there was,
I call
that would be it.
I call bullshit. I call bullshit because he's not self-aggrandizing right now, and therefore this is not the true Gilgamesh.
But we also fully unlocked tsundere mode with him, so now he's actually speaking to us with respect. He even had a full don't get it twisted. It's not like I like you that much, but now I see you as someone we're fighting alongside.
The fact that he's not calling himself God, that he is calling himself imperfect. I don't know. I think we got an imposter in here.
Actually, I will say him saying the gods aren't perfect kind of fits in because he is very much like fuck you, dad, and all your cousins type of demigod.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah, fair point.
Actually, no, I think he would say there's only one thing that was as close to perfect, and that was my dead boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. If there were, I would have to say maybe me, but that's a given. I don't need
There
to
it is.
explain the difference between omnipotence and perfection.
There it is.
Oh, I'm not as missed of this Gilgamesh as you guys are, but trust me, like, I found that the best way to get through this because, oh yeah, chat, guess what? There's actually a skip dialogue ability. That's the only reason we got through back to this in a month and a half. Because I did not have to wait through everyone's dialogue. I found if I just hold Y, it just goes right on through.
Yeah, with Nasu writing, that's kind of a necessary tool.
Oh, yeah.
Even if she really is a god of the moon cell, a flaw or deficiency is certain to appear. Humans must ascertain her weak point.
Also, Gil, I don't think you're aware of exactly the full, nature of Attila. So, I'm just gonna let that one slide because we have not... I've never fully played through, the next game in the series to find out exactly everything that she is. But she's pretty darn close.
Quiet. She wasn't invented yet. Toss away any foolish sense of duty you may have. Shamefully struggle away as you do, mongrel. You'll find a chance at the very end.
I actually think that, unironically, Gil would be like, no, I'm kind of into this. I thought it was only just the saber. No. This works for me too.
You will catch that football. It will look like shit, but you will catch it. In any case, that's all you're capable of. Fight as you see fit, lose as you see fit.
I listened to his voice, which was brimming with confidence, and then my lips involuntarily curled into a smile.
Also, a robot. Thank you for 51 months.
Yeah. Oh, such a great mod. And such a good friend. Despite the fact that...
Love that robot.
Yes. Despite the fact that what Gilgamesh is saying is unreasonable, it mysteriously eases my emotions. Because, hey, being negged by Gilgamesh has become my normal.
So what we tend to call that is the cycle of abuse.
Yeah, but Gil's funny when he does it.
And also, he's not killing us. There's always that. It's just that it's looming in the background. You go back through playing this game, every other like dialogue option here is Gil reminding us, yeah, once you make it to the other side of the moon, I'm obligated to kill you. I can kill you now, but this is still too much fun to watch.
What is the quote? I kill you now. What is the quote from I kill you now over too quickly.
I can't remember either.
It's no, that is the quote. It's from The Princess Bride. It's I kill you now over too quickly.
Also, hey Bubba, not too much has happened. We're basically just recapping everything that happened in the game before we went on hiatus, because the game didn't even like realize that. They just figured, a lot of stuff would have happened, and if they're not playing it back to back to back, then they'll have forgotten.
And all that fast progress you're having is immediately to a crawl.
Mm-hmm. With extreme arrogance, he instructs me to do something obvious. Do what you can. I'm being dumb. I'm worrying this much over whether his argument is valid or not. My eyelids close out of relief. How do I put this? It's been a long time, but it seems that tonight I can finally get some sound rest. It's like he can
But never
sense
forget,
us.
our contract was formed in the far side of the moon. Upon returning to the near side, our contract will terminate. When that happens, you're destined to be visited by an inescapable death. Will you return to the near side or remain in the far side? That choice belongs to you alone. Always bear that in mind.
This is your friendly reminder that all options are incorrect. This is a lose-lose situation. You do not get to win. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Now I'm just imagining Gil in a different suit and just going, the game was fixed from the start. I awakened to the twilight I'm well acquainted with. I was able to get some sleep since I had the bed this time, so now my body feels much more limber. BB's motives, the state of the labyrinth, and our president's absence. There's a lot of things we need to discuss. Let's head straight to the student council room.
I have this mental image of like a casino and like Gil is standing in front of a blackjack table. You're welcome.
Well, no, I will raise you that. But he doesn't throw the dice. He Gates of Babylon's the dice.
Correct. Correct.
And it's a different set each time, just because he's got so many.
Correct.
I just realized Gilgamesh is the first and greatest of dice goblins.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's got a copy of the first edition rules in there. Morning. Oh, they're already talking, never mind. The fuck do you mean 6 hours and 15 is enough? Give me 8!
Yeah, no. I honestly have to like wake up early for work. Today, since I was off, I slept till 10. I only got up at 6 because I have to take my medicine at that point because that's when I take it when I start for stuff.
Fair enough.
3 people have already started stirring within the student council room. Sakura, who I didn't get to see yesterday, looks well.
It is kind of amazing that everyone's just talking casually after we just lost 3 of our guys.
Yeah.
And that was after already losing another one of our guys. Actually, yeah.
This is where the gaslight comes in.
But then again, one of them was just Gateau, who only became useful when he revealed the fact, yep, I was waiting till someone needed someone to die. I have fulfilled my journey. I reply my own good morning and take my usual seat, furnished with coffee. The president's seat in front of me is empty. The graceful smile that belongs in it has sunk to the bottom of the imaginary number ocean. Still, no, that's exactly why I mustn't lose spirit. Because while his body's disintegrated, he said he was passing the torch to me.
But since Rin is the vice president, doesn't that mean she technically gets to be in charge?
Shh. Don't tell her.
She will go mad with power, we both know it. Suddenly I see something I'm not used to. The screen is displaying something. It's the moon. No, it seems to be Earth. What is this?
それはセブンレイターです。BB が人類の欲望を解放した場合の未来をシミュレートしたものです。もし BB がムーンセル中枢を侵食し行動を開始したらという題目で、その
Okay, I feel like calling it the 7 days later is supposed to be like a reference to 28 days later.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Listen, we don't come to these games for their originality.
さくらの協力でムーンセルのスペックを推量し、その影響力を再現していますので、ほぼ現実に起きる未来とお考えください。
Oh, speaking of originality, sorry, random tangent I had to go on.
Go right ahead.
I was watching some OSP and extra history videos during work hours because I don't have anything else better to do. And there was one of Arthur's Knights that I am very shocked we haven't actually gotten to see like Nasu try to take a swing at yet. Let me see if I can find it again. Oh yeah, are you two familiar with Galahad?
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Vaughn?
I said yeah.
Well, for the chat, Galahad, also known as the Uncrowned King, was a goddamn half-giant who was called the Uncrowned King because he would not take a throne until he could beat Arthur.
Yep.
And then during their fight, he suddenly quit halfway because he saw Lancelot and said, dude, I'll become one of your knights, I will surrender and lose, but I have to be his friend. And Arthur was like, you were about to kill me, so yeah, let's do that. So Galahad became a knight of the round, surrendered, got rid of his glory and everything, just so he could be bros with Lancelot.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
So now I'm just imagining, like, okay, how would Nasu do a half-giant who is somehow friends with, you know, the crazy guy?
Well, the first thing that you have to remember is that there has to be some gay subtext.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So you can't write the character without that first and foremost. Second, he is...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, he's also the guy who got like introduced Lancelot to Guinevere, so that whole thing kind of fell on him.
Yep. Nope. Yep. Yep. Nope. Yep. You're correct. The thing I was gonna say was, so we already know that Nasu likes to take his big guys TM and make them not just big but honking. So like you have to start with that. Like the gay subtext first, and then the second thing that you have to like make sure is guaranteed is the honking size that is like inhuman, and you're not sure how we got here, but it's fine.
Let's just hope he doesn't do, like, I forget their name, but the berserker that's half horse.
Oh yeah, I know which guy you're talking about.
I know he's Chinese. So
I'm staring at you both. I am staring at you both. I have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh, there's a Chinese servant who's just literally half horse.
Not to be confused with the horse that becomes a centaur, which is just the horse that Lubu rides.
Yeah, his name is Red Hair. Here, I'll put him in the text chat of the thing. Where is it? Oh, right here. Static. Here it is.
Pulling it up. I'm looking.
Oh, okay, so that's his lore. Sorry, I just had to read his page real quick. He's literally what would happen if Lubu fused with his favorite horse. I think there's a story explanation of why that happened, but I don't know.
I would like one.
I still love the idea. I still love the idea of looking at our already hulking Lubu, then writing this.
Oh, here's the kicker though. He has a wife. And she is a one of like the only quote unquote vampires in the world. And I had to say quote unquote vampires because that word has a lot of stretch to do in Nasu's lore.
Yeah.
The Nasuverse. So this is his wife, putting it in the same place. And the only reason she is a playable character in the game is because I will help you, but only if you summon my husband. So
now show her husband. Now show her husband.
You know what? Good for her. Good for her.
Well, no,
I thought red hair was her husband.
No, her husband's the big hulking black centaur thing.
Oh yeah, the other centaur. Yes, there's multiple centaurs.
Good. Good.
Hang on, where was he? Sorry, I got my horses mixed up. My bad.
This is when they start in Fate just be like, fuck it, we don't care what they look like. We're just going to make something that we think is cool, and you'll roll for them.
Oh, here he is. Jiang Yu. There he is. That horse.
Wait, Shang Yu?
Yes.
Whoa, okay. That's a take. That's a take, Nasu. That's sure. All right, yep. I mean, the thing that kills me the most about that art specifically is how good it is. That is goals. That is goals.
Apparently the reason he looks like that is because people's perception of him got twisted because they saw him sweeping across the battlefield like a storm. So he just looks like a living storm of blades.
And if you think that's crazy,
But it's also a horse.
Yeah, Ivan the Terrible has also just become monster. Though I love what they
but
do
at least
with
he's
him.
humanoid.
Fair. Well, humanoid-ish. I think he's like hulking form, but also holding in like a mammoth inside him or something.
Oh yeah, that's his chest. His
All
chest is the mammoth.
I want to get back to actually playing this game.
I need like a series of out of context quotes that is just from the discussion we have had about this man. Because
I mean, I could give you the worst one, but you're gonna hate me for it.
oh god.
His wife exists just for people who like cucks. Yeah. Fate always has to be that way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I don't get disappointed every single time I see it.
Mm-hmm. 7 days later. It's easy to imagine that at the conclusion it'll crunch up won't be anything good. That said, I can't make any sense of this simulator. I mustered up the courage to ask, what's happening specifically?
When you don't understand what the teacher's drawing on the board.
7日後の時点で人類の 40% がすでに死亡しているわ。
40%? Suppose someone had 10 friends. 4 of them would die.
That's literally an advertisement I would hear sometimes in the radio for mental health support. Because in Japan, if you use the FM radio, you can catch up the local military radio. So I hear that sometimes when I was out there. And one of the advertisements was like, out of 10 people you know, 4 will die. If you're feeling something, seek help. It's like, that doesn't help me.
Also, I love Robot in chat. Just, damn, Wisconsin didn't make it.
I mean, first off, we can sacrifice Wisconsin. It's fine. Second, listen. Second, I love the reinforcement of you are just a statistic. Congratulations. You matter because numbers matter.
Although I love that in this world of where everyone's desires come true, the first parts of America to die are the West Coast, the Midwest, and the South.
Well, the Midwest speaks for itself. That's where the guns are. Or hundreds of countries getting wiped off the map. It's hard to get a real sense of it, but the whole number of deaths would be despairing. Ooh, just a sec, my throat decided to close in on me. I'm thoroughly reassessing the gravity of our situation. I'm pretty sure you could have grasped that easily, Tsukiko. You're not dumb. Despite
Oh,
how
of
we
course
play you.
Texas survives.
でもこれが現実よ。加速度的に滅びの未来は確定していく。そうなれば私たちが聖杯戦争に勝って得るべき望みもおのずから意味を失うことになります。責任重大というより一連卓上ね。私もできるだけお手伝いします。ですから。ええ、分かってるわ。私たちは勝つ。BB を止める。そしてそれまで諦めるわけにはいかないの。
Every time I do one of those hyphens, I'm just expecting us to be forced to listen to BB.
はい。
Or I just expect someone just gets shot out of nowhere, like, we can't give up, we mustn't surrender. Bang! Ah, damn it.
Yeah.
その通りです。私も AI として BB は野放しにはできません。
Damn, how bad do you have to be that the AI is against you?
You know, careful
also-
what you wish for, because there is now officially an answer to that.
It's sad and you're right.
That's right, humanity, ruined by its own desires, we mustn't bring about a collapse resulting from the lives being abandoned.
よし、そうと決まれば行動はあるのみよ。具体的な攻略方法の話をするわ。何？状況説明お願い。
I'm also glad how we didn't invite Kiara into here to be like, man, we're going to a world where everyone has desires. Desires! Faints.
Nah. Also, Bubble brings up at one point, I wonder how Canada would be situated in this universe. I don't think we've had a Canadian servant, have we?
No. But then again, like, I'm trying to think of famous Canadians. Once more,
Yeah.
the public school system has failed me.
No, it's not because the public school system. It's not because that has failed you.
I have a answer. I just need to remember his name. Who was the guy that betrayed America during the independence?
Benedict Arnold?
Oh.
Benedict Arnold. The only reason I would think he would technically count is because the main sources of his campaigns were in the Canadian areas, and then after he had betrayed America, he ran off to Canada.
We could also have one assassin from there, because I believe in the area between Alaska and Canada, there was a very infamous individual. Look up the Mad Trapper of, I want to say Rat River, which is just an insane story. Like, a true crime podcast that I follow summed up the entire, like, incident in 45 minutes, and the guy's a literal ghost. No one has ever identified him to this day, and they're still trying. But this man...
Well, and
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, but my question is, when did this person exist? Because well, I was just going to point out to your comment about like the guy from the American Revolution. Canada was not a country at that time, so you can't say that he counts because he wasn't. That was a French colony at the time. They hadn't gained their independence yet. They gained their independence after the United States did. So technically, that's not Canada. That's why I'm asking about the Mad Trapper, because depending on time when that situation occurred, that may count.
Let's see here. His name is Albert Johnson. Looks like his activities kicked up around the 1930s. Mad Trapper of Rat River, fugitive whose actions stemmed from a...
I just want to point out one thing. That might not even be his real name, because there's a lot of theories that he is an American fugitive. But also the fact is that he had only shared his name out once to any of the people around him, and he mumbled it. So that's just what the guy at the outpost thought his name was.
Let's see here. He ran away from the Royal Canadian Mountie. Oh, he ran for the Mounties? Shit. Ended after a 150-mile pursuit lasting more than a month and a shootout in which he was wounded at Eagle River in Yukon.
Yeah, no, they literally tried everything to catch this man, and all this happened because he refused to get a hunting permit that would allow him to hunt on the native tribes' lands. He was just putting traps there, did not care about boundaries, would take the stuff. They got the Mounties involved. They tried knocking on his door. He tried literally doing the thing where you just put up a sheet over your window so no one can see that you're inside. Then there's like, come on, man, just come out. And just start firing through his door. This guy just went insane, led them on several, like I said, the 150-mile chase that went through a mountain, which they didn't think he could actually get through. They literally only found him by plane on the other side, realizing that he had beat them by 2 days.
Well,
yeah.
Also, yeah, Bubba just confirmed this guy would be a servant. He's Canada's Jack the Ripper, just for animals.
I was gonna say he reminds me a lot of Billy the Kid. But like not. And we have a Billy the Kid servant.
Yeah.
True.
Though also I'd love to see them like riz him up, because even now like they're giving us 3-star servants that have like at least 4-star level art. Like Zako, if you want to drop in static, William Tell. I am so mad. I'm like, he's one of the most famous archers ever. You make him at least a 4-star, especially if you're gonna make him look that cool. I want him. Like, that's the kind of character that actually made me want to turn FGO back on.
それに伴い、迷宮は18階まで拡張されています。センチネルは不明ですが、おそらく片方はアルターエゴでしょう。
The ladder was extended by 6 floors. That should require 2 sentinels, but I can't think of any candidates either. Still, this is how it always is. Whoever our opponent is, we have to crush them with any progress through the labyrinth.
さすが行き当たりばったりのプロ。いい顔してるわ。頼りにしてる。私からもいいでしょうか。セブンレイターの結果も問題ですが、今後の BB の状態も気になります。ムーンセル中枢に至った彼女は、今度はムーンセルと同化するでしょう。これは今までの侵食とは違うものです。ムーンセルほどの観測、演算回路と価値観を同じにしたとき、BB の思考ルーチンが正常を保てるのか。
Give me 1 second here. I'm doing something real quick.
たとえ保てたとしても、人格基準の上書きされることは明白です。月の裏側の支配だけなら、彼女は彼女のままで存在できます。ですが、ムーンセルすべてとなると、その最大の問題に、彼女が気づいていないはずはないのですが。何それ？ BB は自滅する可能性が高いってこと？今のところは。ですが、彼女が始めてしまったプログラムは止まりません。どっちにしろ、ムーンセル中枢に行くまでに止めないとまずいってことね。はい。ですので、引き続き迷宮の踏破を。
It's also funny that we basically have the 2 characters that, if we weren't in the way, would have probably won the, like, Holy Grail War themselves. Just having them be, yes, we are hyper competent and we're seeing all the problems, handing it off to the walking idiot that is us.
Oh no.
前置きなしの BB チャンネル。
She got.
Oh no, here they go again.
Well, I will always describe her as a sentient Vtuber.
Odorokimashita ka, senpai gata? 分かっていても防げない約束された勝利の特番 BB チャンネルオンエアです。
Why'd you have to surprise us with it if it's already a promised victory?
Oof.
BB seems
The saber call out.
BB seems indifferent about how inhumanly she treated me in the imaginary number space, and has no intention of changing her act. Now, that's one steeled stage persona. Behind BB, a sink and a stove glisten. This looks like the set for... Don't tell me.
あ、見えてます？期待してます？そうです。今回のテーマは潰しても飛ばしても食いついてくる貪欲肉食系の先輩を美味しく調理。BB さん
Okay. I'm sorry, but the design, like the actual colors of that kitchen, is just making me think of the Cat in the Hat movie and the one funny scene where Mike Myers chops off his own tail.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, all this made me think of it because it got put back into my consciousness by a meme. Is Jones's barbecue and foot massage. Which
God.
But if you haven't seen that, just type that into just type that into YouTube and be ready for a treat of like one of the best self-promoted actual businesses.
Also, Arca Leon brings up another possible candidate for a Canadian servant. Francis, give me grace. Pega Magabo. He was oh man, I'm also gonna mispronounce this. I'm so sorry. An Ojibwe.
Ojibwe.
Ojibwe, yep. Soldier, politician, and activist in Canada, most highly decorated Indigenous soldier in Canadian military history, and most effective sniper of the First World War.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm actually
Archer class, got it.
Well, who was... Because I have not gotten into Lost Belt. That I jumped out right before that. Wasn't there a sniper that was also a wolf? Could that be him?
There was a sniper, but she was from Japan.
Oh, this is like a character. I don't even think they had got an actual, they became summonable. But I remember just seeing there's, a blue wolf in a army uniform that looks to be a sniper. And I do not know anything about them because I haven't followed any of the Lost Belt story. Cheerful music is playing. If I recall correctly, this song is... Well, just imagine it to be whatever you like. But I don't know if she can even cook. If she's the same model as Sakura, then I would think she has some skills. I would think.
Damn.
According to Runewalker, that's just that's just a random character that's not a servant.
Oh.
Which makes it even more weird. It's now I actually have to read what Gil said.
Oh, you cracking jokes now?
Well, he actually does crack jokes more often whenever we're forced in BB channel because it's directed directly into our brains, and that's the only time he interacts with the rest of the council. Well, this is a broadcast. No matter what she serves up, it won't actually be tasted. Let's have the staff savor it.
あ、私の料理スキルを疑ってます？先輩ごときに乙女スキルの心配をされるなんて心外すぎてテンションガタ落ちです。
Good, I'm glad I could be the cold water in a spray bottle for you.
そもそも3分クッキングって何ですか？ 2分でボスエネミーを想像できる私を舐めてるんですか？ あまりにテンション下がっちゃったのでメニュー変更。ズバリ昨日の残り物です。
The canned laughter is killing me.
I also love it. You can't even produce one delicacy. That's his thing for evil here, apparently.
なんとでも言っててください。それじゃあレンジでチン。はい、残り物の完成です。
I'm also realizing that in FGO they just recycled every sound effect they gave her from this game.
I mean, cost efficiency.
Fair. BB proudly takes the dish out. It looks empty.
あらレディーとされすぎて縮んじゃったみたいですね。はあ、仕方がありません。お塩に胡椒、それからオリーブオイルをパッパッパッ。
She sprinkles a pinch of seasoning over the empty dish. Then something red started swelling forth.
What the fuck? Oh no. She's back, bitches!
I knew that intro sounded way too much like her.
いきなりオイルまみれじゃない。
I was
Oh my god.
considering heavily making a Junko and Ashima joke, but I decided not to.
Oh my god, wait. The whole, like, eating girls thing at the start. God damn it. It is her.
She has swirling dragon horns, surprisingly long dragon claws, and heaps of bright red frills to the top it all off. That's no doubt about it. The one we fought in the first and second layers. She lost to Tsukiko Moon twice-ish. Yep, it's Lancer, Elizabeth Bathory.
I love even Tsukiko's like, twice-ish.
俺は油断満身は容認するが手抜きは本気で勘弁ならん
Now I want to see Gil as a judge on a cooking show.
Honestly, you said that, but then I just imagined him eating something, be like, subpar, Gates of Babylon's at the contestant. Oh, Lord.
私としてもせっかく作った迷宮に使い回しを当てたくはありません。
Oh, damn.
けど材料不足じゃお料理できませんし。
I also love that she's teased reusing a bunch of serpents from the last game, but she's only used 2. And one she only used once. Other than that, all she does is just abuse Robin Hood.
仕方なく残り物を冷蔵庫から引っ張り出してきたんですけど。くんくん、匂いませんか？具体的に言うと負け犬の匂い。
Oh lord, I just am now imagining her putting 2 pieces of bread on her horns, just doing the idiot sandwich bit.
Oh my god.
みんな揃ってがっかりしちゃって、ここは歓喜の鳴き声を上げるところよ。
Oh, I'm chirping, alright. After all, it feels like I've got this one in the bag.
見てなさい、コリス。今度こそ私の本領発揮なんだから。はい、小物感ありすぎてがっかりな意思表明ありがとうございました。
Ha!
ですが、エリちゃんを迷宮の核にす
This
る
is
の
the
は
first time we've ever
これから
actually liked BB because she's just roasting an even worse character.
SC だって一つもバレてません。
Wait, we have to get her secret guards now? Fuck.
まあ。
Oh, now we're Dragon Quest monsters where we recruit them to our side.
頑固職人のこだわりラーメンぐらいの歯ごたえはあると思われます。
Listen, I thought we were playing a JRPG, not Otome. Like, damn.
I mean, we're always Otome adjacent, it's a fake game.
I can still be sad about it, Vaughn. You will take my sadness from my grubby little raccoon hands.
Oh, who's the master?
An interesting master, huh?
Watch it be Robin.
Who could that possibly be?
見てからのお楽しみですよ。それじゃあ、私もそろそろムーンセルの調理に戻りますね。
I'm half expecting maybe it's Melt, if only because I don't know if there's any like unseen characters that have been shown at this point.
あとは肉食系同士で楽しくどうぞ。本日はここキッチンスタジオから BB ちゃんのお腹いっぱいクッキングでした。また来週。
But we do the show bi-weekly!
Ren and Ronnie turned their faces away, avoiding eye contact with me.
What did we do?
So hey, I have something to ask you two.
は
Oh, it's back to the readings though. Zako, here you go.
Oh, right, because they were both her master. I don't remember anything. Got it? I don't know anything about her secrets, okay?
断じて認めません。
Likewise, therefore, do not dig up what's dead and buried from when we were sentinels.
Oh, God, her dead eyes.
That sounds like a challenge.
Oh, but then they both vastly hated being her master because they both had to be her manager or producer. Well, anything that could at least give a hint?
Silence!
Sorry, ma'am! It feels like quite some time has passed since then, but to these two, their times as Sentinel is a dark past that must never be mentioned. Let sleeping dogs lie or whatever. I must never talk about stuff like money worship or habit of exposure ever. Yeah, I had to go through all of that again. Thanks for that.
Well, we honestly don't know. Sorry we can't be any more help. You'll just have to collect the Sacred Gardens the same way you've been doing it. Oh, wait. Bubba says there could be another Canadian Fate Servant. Did you know that Alexander Graham Bell is a Scottish Canadian? Potentially. I mean, fucking Tesla and who was the other one?
Trying to remember myself.
The asshole. Lion Man.
Isn't that?
That's so specific, Zako. The asshole.
I know, but Vaughn would know. Nikola
You mean
Tesla
Edison?
and the guy
You
he
mean
stole
Edison?
from. Edison, yeah, they're both servants, so Graham Bell could.
Yeah. They decided to get around ever having to make a president as a servant by saying part of Edison's noble phantasm is the entire U.S. presidency.
He's the literal embodiment of America.
And yet somehow he's alive.
We'll manage. That too, yeah. We'll manage somehow. With us three as backup. Truth be told, it hurts not having Leo here. But we can do it, right? Ronnie? Sakura?
同意します。
Of course. I'll promise I'll continue offering you perfect support, Miss Sunny.
バッチリです。
Yes. Backing you up may be the only thing I can do, but I'll do my very best at it as well. I don't expect that'll be easy to cover for Leo and Julius. Yet these girls assert that we'll be fine.
よし。
Alright then, we'll start preparing too. We've got a ton of tasks to get done. I'd even ask Juniko and Shinji for help.
Miss Karagiri, at this point, also now that you mention it, I have yet to see Shinji Moto around today.
Whatever, I don't think it'll be useful anyway. We've got the most reliable chance of finishing this. Sakura, another cup of coffee.
Okay, I'll make one now. I'll add a little more sugar to keep your head from being overworked. As soon as you finish preparing, please continue to the 13th floor labyrinth, Miss Sunny. I reply, understood, then rise from my seat. We may be acquainted with our opponent, Elizabeth, but the inside of the labyrinth demands caution. We need to shift gears and to take our exploration head on. I suddenly feel eyes on me, so I lift my head. The three of them are staring at me.
Go for it, Sonny, our new president.
The new president? It's a bit of an embarrassing position for me to take, and one of great responsibility.
Can we double check the votes on that?
Well, I wanted to point out that we are technically still in a room with a bunch of romantic options from either the last game or this game. Yeah, I think we're kind of surrounded by a harem at this point.
Oh.
Maybe Leo can pull it off, but I know I'm not fit to inspire these members. That's precisely why I have to move forward. No matter if I'm a coward or if I'm reckless, moving forward is the principle Tsukiko Moon sticks to. I turn to face each person and give each a solid nod. Oh!
Ooh.
Well, I already had to go back to our room to change Gil into his suit, so I don't have to listen to his armor.
Oh, wow, yeah, what the fuck? I have to say, that noise you made after you stepped out of the council room, I thought you were trying to do like a snake grunt.
I can't do.
No, it's more like,
Yeah, I can't do Vader.
No, not Vader, Snake.
No, I mean I can't remember his name. I thought it was.
Oh, Hater.
Yeah, I couldn't remember for a second. I also just love that little chibi gill.
I would assume it would be that middle one up there. Where it says girls uniform. Oh, not that one.
No, that just takes us back
That
to the.
Oh. Oh, accessories. Maybe?
That's where I saw, but I didn't see an option for it.
Huh.
Oh, it might be. I think it might be a Mystic Code. Also got new information for Karna, which is basically just his noble phantasm and some other stuff. So, Zako, I'll give you your favorite part you can read.
Hooray! O son, abide to death Vasavi Shakti, a spear of light that only strikes once, a spear of mortality made of lightning. When the battle between Karna and Arjuna reached its final stages, in order to aid Arjuna, his father Indra, king of the gods, took Karna's greatest armor. His golden armor through trickery. However, Karna's attitude at that time was so noble that Indra came to adore Karna, his son's enemy, and gave to him in compensation for taking his armor the power of the god of thunder that he never let anyone but himself wield. That is that thunder spear, said to hold the power to defeat the gods themselves. There is no record of Karna ever using it in his myth.
I saw some new stuff.
Nothing new.
Yeah. So I went back and reread this and realized, wow, thank you, fucking Junico, for just fucking nerfing your incredibly powerful servant by telling us his name, so that way we would know, like, all of his stuff and most of his skills would be nerfed instantly. Yeah, because literally all of his skills work on the fact that you do not know that this man is good at something. Once you know, it nullifies those skills.
Wow. The conflict of the Kauravas, okay? Conflict of the Kauravas, for whom Karna held his bow as a soldier, and the Pandavas, led by Arjuna, intensified and finally led to war, with territory on the line. Oh, this is a long one. Kurukshetra War, where Karna's life came to an end. Karna continued to wield his strength for the victory of the 100 Kaurava princes in Duryodhana. On the Pandava side, only Arjuna could oppose Karna, but even he knew facing Karna directly meant death. Through a number of conflicts, fates, and mutual hatred, the war between the two camps arrived at Kurukshetra. Having reached this point, Karna's mother Kunti wagered one last gamble, reveal Karna's lineage to him and draw him to the Pandava camp. Kunti confided in Krishna, a friend of Arjuna, in the guise of an attendant, and two went to meet with Karna. Karna made sure to thank his archenemy, I skipped the paragraph. Kunti revealed himself as Karna's mother, speaking in tears of how fighting with his blood brothers was futile, and that by fighting alongside Arjuna, he would attain glory. Karna made sure to thank his archenemy Arjuna's friend Krishna and calmly listened to his mother's arguments. Afterwards, I understand your words. To join hands with my brothers and return to a proper form. It is a story filled with light, without a single fault. Then, facing the rejoicing Kunti, Karna continued speaking, even in a softer voice. But I wish for you to answer one thing. Do you not feel those words of yours were too late? She was too late in declaring herself as his mother. She was too late in looking back on Karna. If you do not feel ashamed, then please answer. If you, who call yourself my mother, have done no wrong, then accept the past without shame. She knew, while Kunti was a selfish woman and came from her innocence and naivety, she was most definitely not a shameless woman. She knew what she had done, abandoning newborn Karna for her own sake, was completely selfish and felt remorse for it. That's why she had some degree of pride. She could not tell Karna, who grew up alone until now, who was grateful to his foster family and not once brought himself to hate another, such a horrible lie. Without giving an answer, Kunti broke off negotiations. As she was taking her leave, Karna said, "It is a fraudulent, selfish love. The only love, one that love can save is yourself. That love is directed at no one but yourself. However, I shall answer those feelings. I will not kill the brothers who cannot best me in battle. I will only give my fullest against my archenemy, Arjuna." Karna swore an oath to not lay a hand on the brothers who were inferior to him in strength. The countless times afterward that Karna spared the lives of the 5 brothers who would do to his oath. "Return to the place you obtained by your own hands, though it is only once. I am grateful you called me your son." Karna opened the gates and escorted Kunti out. That was the love Karna bore for his mother, Kunti. Not love for his mother at hit this late hour, but Kunti's resolution to appeal with her feelings as a mother, even if it wasn't genuine, that is what he answered. Kunti ran the risk of her past coming to light. To the hero of charity, Karna. Such determination is worthy of compensation. And so it is just before the final battle, Arjuna's father, the thunder god Indra, realized that Karna could not be persuaded, so he took the form of a Brahmin, made contact with Karna, and took his golden armor. Though Karna had lost the invulnerability given by his father Sardiya, he still refused to relent from battle. He cared not that, with the loss of his golden armor, he hastened his own death. Struck by Karna's resolution, Indra asked why. Why would he continue to fight with the loss of his armor, yet without blaming Indra, who hatched this scheme out of love for Arjuna? There is no need to hate you. It was simply a matter of being one step ahead. In fact, yes, though a god, you are also a father. Such a thing brings me joy. Then why continue the battlefield? Asked Indra. To me, defeat is bringing shame upon my father. Even if death awaits me, I cannot run away. After all, that was his reason for living. To Karna, who lived his life with pride in those who gave him life and raised him, his life was not his own. Besides, I owe Duryodhana a debt. For some reason, that audacious yet timid man is so bright to me, maybe blaspheming against my father, but at times I feel the light of his as the warmth of the sun. It wasn't the fire of the sun that Karna carried, nor the absolute brilliance of Surya. To Karna, that sun was the imperfect charm that humans displayed. Indra, seeing in him the divinity of Surya himself, gave Karna his spear. He had taken from his noble hero something greater than his life. Oh, Lord.
Well, we are
Unless
basically.
he gave something.
I was just gonna say we're basically summarizing like
an 11-book long story.
Yeah, this is their like fucking Iliad.
Yup.
Unless he gave.
I said yep.
Unless he gave something as compensation, his honor would be stained, and above all, he was charmed by him. It is as was this man, he could wield the mightiest spear that Indra hadn't given it to his own son. Karna left the Brahmin having lost his armor and headed off to the battlefield, thin as a ghost. To his final battle with Arjuna, Karna was already without allies. His trusted charioteer was already an enemy in collusion with the Pandavas. Numerous burdens, feelings for his younger half-brothers. From a curse, the wheel of Karna's chariot was stuck. The string on Arjuna's bow was drawn to its limits. The brothers, long since bound by an unseen fate to vie for supremacy, could only in this moment strike at one another with all their might. And sure enough, Arjuna's bow shot down the sun. After death, Karna is said to have unified with his father, Surya. He was the hero of charity, a saint whose creed was not to refuse people who ask or rely on him. The hero who, while extraordinarily capable, was tragically enemies with his blood brothers, cast with various curses, and lost his life without showing his true worth. That is Karna. As a side note, whether or not Arjuna knew that Karna was his older brother is uncertain. Seems the only people who knew that Karna was Kunti's son were Karna, Kunti, Krishna, and the sun god Surya.
It also really doesn't help that Arjuna was the proto-Gilgamesh, and so is canonically always a dick in every Fate series.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that when I was still playing FGO, I literally pulled Karna in a pool, and in the same pool, to spite him, I pulled Arjuna.
Nah.
So I had them both at the same time, just both try to be like, "Hey, master, you cool? Yeah, I'm cool. How are you guys?" Like, it always felt like they were constantly competing. Didn't help they're so synergistic that I would run them on a team all the time. Okay. Oh, we just got a whole bunch. Oh, look at her ability.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They went from usual Fate rankings to fucking epithet erased rankings.
Speaking
Yeah.
of, we should be getting the rules for that tabletop book maybe next year.
Yeah, I saw. Also, I just got the Fool's Gold Kickstarter reward, so I now have that book.
Nice.
Oh yeah, no, it is. I was talking with Sarah about this the other night. That is a proper book. I did not realize how much Wizards has been starving us for years. This is a full setting book. It is 327 pages. That is with setting lore, subclasses for all the classes except Artificer. Though there's one niggle I have, and that is the Warlock subclass. You can tell that this was originally a Pathfinder game that got modded for 5e because that's where all their sponsors were. The 14th level ability for their Warlock is Eldritch Invocation.
Yeah.
As somebody who's put so much work into Warlock, I am a bit appalled, but I am forgiving because they have given us so much more.
Look, you do enough good in the world. You're allowed like one or two fuck ups.
Yeah. That is it. And I also love that they put this out. They still haven't finished animating how their series went, so there are spots where they have to be like, we could not fill this in the book, because literally the people who've paid for this book are the people who want to have this animated and the story finished.
Yep.
So I'm like, yeah, you know what, that's fine. And it's actually kind of funny, because like one of the things is that one of the major lore points is that a god died, so for every part where they put that god's name, they just redact it. Okay, let's get over here. Oh, this will be interesting.
The Pewter Staff of Domination, BB's Pointing Stick, a device enabling full use of an advanced AI's authority. There are restrictions on the far side of the moon, but with this, BB can alter the spiritual laws of the Seraph. The 10 crowns worn by the Beast of Babylon in the form of a teacher's cane. This stems from the theory that the seven-headed beast is male instead of female. Its true nature is that of a phallus in an erect rod.
Off.
The symbol of the king of the world, granted power and authority by a great dragon, and for a period of 42 months, spat as many arrogant words as they desired and received the right to desecrate all things. The beast heads are the 7 hills of the Roman Empire: Capitolium, Palatolium, Aventinus, Aquilinus, Caelianus, Quarinalis, Viminalis. I'm proud of myself for not fucking any of those up. In other words, it symbolized the Roman Empire itself, and the 10 horns were symbols of...
I also just want to say, hey, your Latin game is on point.
Oh boy, here we go. Augustus, Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius, Nero, Vespasianus, Titus, Galba, Otho, Vitellius. Those emperors.
I'm surprised Commodus didn't make that. And yes, he was a person that was up there with Nero and Caligula in terms of being one of the most horrible Roman emperors ever, and that's the reason why they call toilets commodes.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that because they become, spoilers, the triumvirate of the worst emperors become characters in later Percy Jackson works.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I would say this. If you want a good series that's not problematic like Harry Potter, the Percy Jackson books and all of the Rick Riordan like collected Mythverse, incredibly good, and he's still putting out stuff as far as I'm aware. So I highly recommend, because you can get them all on audiobooks too to make it easy. Or if you just want a very short series, his 3-book series on Egyptian myth, very good.
With some issues, but you know, I said there are some issues in the Egyptians books specifically, but like if you are willing to deal with that, then yeah.
Also, with the revelation now that rod is meant as a symbol of a pingus.
Yep.
I'm now just imagining BB would absolutely make a play of Saints Row the Third with the dildo weapon.
Oh God.
He absolutely would. Golden Grail, the Aurea Poculum. The golden cup that BB possesses. It's the Holy Grail, one that grants its holders audacious, selfish desires. Oh boy, here we go. The cup of the whore of Babylon the Great from the Apocalypse of John in the Book of Revelation. It's a fake Holy Grail, but because it's a fake, it then becomes a real Holy Grail, granting the desires of humans, regardless of right or wrong. Christians of the day, holding honorable poverty of virtue, saw the cup made of things like gold, the symbol of fortune, and surely considered it the definition of wealth, greed, and the vanity to decorate themselves. Though it's clear the cup held by Babylon the Great personified the Roman emperors, it symbolized the wealth of the earth, an inversion of Christ's words, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth. I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. In Apocalypse, a description of the beast of destruction that appeared in the holy city Jerusalem and the woman sitting on it, a giant beast with 7 heads like the Hydra, appeared from the sea and landed in the holy city. This beast and woman were 2, yet as one. It was impossible to think of them as separate. It said that this woman was born from all evil, and those quick to anger or are greedy cannot resist her temptations, and is corrupted by the Grail. As a side note, it is said that after her death, the Red Saber who claimed the title of Emperor was seen by her believers to be on par with this beast.
Oh.
And that's a whole other thing that happened in Grand Order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like we're now just learning that someone explained the concept of the Antichrist to Nasu, and he's like, what if I made that a waifu?
Yeah.
I mean, she's cute, though.
Damn it, Sokka.
What?
Sokka's over here. I'm not made of stone!
Self-Modification EX, the skill to remodel oneself. AIs created by the Moon Cell have an absolute directive. Improving your functionality is not allowed. However, BB, released from that restriction due to her breaking down, began to expand her own functions. To boost her computational abilities, she had the Black Noise prey on and dismantle NPCs, AIs, even servants, to use them as her own memory. While these add-ons won't save her from self-destruction, it's turned BB into a super AI with enormous capacity. Her condition is like a city that's continuing to be built as it's sinking, or Frankenstein's monster.
I actually just realized from what they were saying of how BB used the noise on all of them, and realized that's actually what hackers do. Yep. Chain a bunch of computers together, put them with the right code, and just put them at a system till it gets through.
Yep.
I learned that from Burn Notice.
Speaking of TV shows, man, I've been like in a Scrubs mood for the past week, and it's making me mad.
At least you have an accessible... I love that show too. At least it's an accessible one. It's always somewhere. But yeah, we finally got Enuma Elish for our Noble Phantasm, and our... I don't know if that's our like skills right now, because I have been leveling. The last I checked, I didn't have any of our skills to A.
I think those are like in-game stats because endurance, agility, and I know strength sounds right for Gil, but endurance, he definitely has that higher because of the armor.
Oh, well, we'll check what our in-game stats are, because we still have to actually check some things, just to find out how we can use our noble phantasm.
Speaking of, sorry, all this. Oh wait, I just checked.
Mm-hmm.
No, those are Gil's real stats. Strength B, Endurance C, Agility C, Mana B, Luck A, Noble Phantasm EX. Huh. I guess you get past the armor, then he's actually a little squishy.
Hooray! I did that
Gee.
thing!
It's almost like
Yeah, it's also, like, we gotta remember that at core, what his real rank what his real class would be is caster, but that caster even says, yeah, I had to stop being as good as I was so I could be a better king.
Enema Elish, the star of creation that split heaven and earth. Gilgamesh's final noble phantasm, exemplifying creation, the beginning of everything. Bearing the name of a god from Mesopotamian mythology, causing the severance of space, the sword of rupture, Ea. The god Ea is believed to be quasi-deification of the power of the planet that turned, smashed, and stabilized the surface of the earth in its primordial stages, covered in gas and seas of magma. Most gods began building nations after primordial earth stabilized into a world that could sustain life, but Ea was a god who built the planet before them. Gilgamesh's sword, bearing Ea's name, alters space itself by agitating space-time through the rotation of 3 gigantic layers of force fields. Its true power is not something to be used against a single life form, but against the world. Even among the many noble phantasms possessed by servants, it's one of the best, the sword that could cut the world apart.
And Nasu didn't realize that he could just give it to multiple servants until fake Grand Order.
King of Heroes, another name for Gilgamesh. Not as in a king who is a hero, but with the implication of being a king over heroes. The story of Gilgamesh, mankind's oldest hero, was replicated in the myths of countries all around the world. The origin of all myths, the model heroes are based on, referring to him as such would not be an exaggeration. Heroes of the various mythologies were all more or less derived from the legend of Gilgamesh.
Which, if Nasu hadn't made Hercules a berserker, he could have made his series so much more interesting. Like, seriously, having the prototype of all hero myths with the second most famous hero myth figure to, like, in the surviving culture, like, having them, like, just imagine it, because then we could have something like we got in, like, Fate Zero, where with the little court of kings. Like, if we had fucking Hercules for that, it would have been so good.
Heroes of the various mythologies were all more or less derived from the legend of Gilgamesh. As such, Gilgamesh possesses the prototypes of the noble phantasms those heroes carry, the original treasures from before each of their legends were arranged. Perhaps it's a paradox. Unless Gilgamesh owns the original, it cannot be passed down as a noble phantasm to the heroes that were later derived from him. There was a time when humanity was still few in number, ruling his kingdom and living in luxury as he saw fit, gathering all the treasures of the world into his treasury. In that treasury held the originals of treasured swords that saved later heroes, and cursed swords that took the lives of heroes. Herein lies the reason Gilgamesh is the king of heroes. Originally, a hero would only have a single noble phantasm. Owning unlimited numbers of them would naturally include the legend those heroes are weak against. It would be impossible for the average heroic spirit to contend with him. As a heroic spirit, he is absolutely indomitable in battle against other heroic spirits. Maybe a number of heroes who hold the title of king, such as the king of knights or the king of conquerors. But there is only one man under heaven and earth with the name of the absolute king of all heroes. Get wrecked by a 16-year-old idiot.
Yeah. That was just like a servant would have a hard time beating him. One traumatized 16-year-old with problematic views. Oh yeah, 1v1 me, bro. See if he's actually got anything new to say.
残り物の再利用ときたか。BB め、手抜き極まったな。家庭系女子の風上にも置けぬ。
I'm sorry, no, I love the burn, but I can't get over the she could cut corners off a sphere. That is such a burn.
あの竜の娘もゴーハラであろうよ。電子。
I just love that implication. Like, you're an embarrassment to housewives everywhere. Like, damn.
The fact that he refuses to say electric microwave. Have respect for instant meals. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
To be fair, like, Elizabeth is, like, again, Fate Grand Order tries to paint her as girl disaster, which is endearing, but everything we've seen of her, no, get dunked on, you suck.
Also, Gilgamesh confirms that your instant cup noodles are a legit meal, everybody.
手抜き調理にトラウマでもあったのか?
Did her lazy cooking traumatize you? After Gilgamesh says that, I realized that I had my head hung down this whole time. Oh yeah, I need to think about defeating Elizabeth. Not doing so would be disrespectful to Leo and Julius. For their sake, I need to do everything I can as the new president.
なるほど。新会長の重責か。ボンプの身で群れを率いるのは確かに肩の重いことよな。
Also, I've been listening through a playthrough of the Great Ace Attorney games. And so just hearing him say Naruhodo as it's actually intended instead of using it as a name just kind of fucked me up for half a second.
Oh, that was me, like, when I first started watching Jello's playthrough of it. It's like, oh, right. Oh, fuck. It's like the one of the 6 words that I now can hear in any conversation be like, oh, like the Leo DiCaprio meme.
Mm-hmm.
であればこう考えよ。我らの肩には数人の命ではない。全人類の命がかかっていると。
Okay, Gil, you're not helping.
そうなれば気は楽だぞ。何しろ貴様が敗北した瞬間、貴様を責める者もすべて消え去る。
Oh, well, I mean, that's one way to look at it. If you fail, everybody dies, so no one will be angry with you. Job done.
No, it's more to be read as, if you die, all of your haters will instantly also die. So fuck them.
気持ちよく戦い、気兼ねなく敗北できよう。すべてを背負うとはすなわち、自らのみで世界と相対すること。悩むことはない。この世すべての命に対して、すべての悪になればいいのだ。お前を罰するのは、お前のみだ。
That is such a Gil response to our situation. If you fuck up, you're the only one who will care because everything will be so much worse for everyone.
Every time Gil gives advice, I always forget like the scene or like the exact meme, but it always reminds me of the meme of like the worried woman with like the very like scared, horrified face, but like the one thumbs up being like, yeah.
What? Everything in the world? That's absurd. That's way too big a scale. Unlike the Golden King of Heroes, I can't handle that.
そうか。誰にも責められぬ高みより、多くに問われる低さを良しとするか。
You know, you could just say that you're disappointed.
The better part is, he's like, I can't even be disappointed because you've shown me this is the norm.
では、小物らしく頭を悩ますがいい。無論、責任ではなく攻略についてな。3度目とはいえ、竜の娘は手強いぞ。
If I'm going to worry about something, I shouldn't worry about what I can do, but rather what I must do. It sounds like what Gilgamesh wants to tell me. Jeez. I wish he could explain it in simpler words. I hide my face, now grinning, before the king gets displeased with me. Move over to the corner of the room, which is becoming my usual spot. Let's refocus. The first thing is to... So now I just realized, I think where our Tsukiko bed is in the corner that is not perpendicular to Gil. So we're just not in his sight, and we're just sitting in that corner. He's like, this is fine. This is a fine arrangement. I am so glad we decided to play with this with Gil, because again, I just imagine the servants are somewhat more verbose versions of themselves from the original Extra, which is them always being on our side and completely ride or die, which makes sense for Nero, Tamamo, and fucking Emiya. Especially Emiya, because Emiya was ride or die for everyone in Fate. Even the ones he shouldn't.
Like, he might throw in like a self-deprecating joke, but with Gil, it's like, nah, absolutely, fuck you. I'll help you, but fuck you.
Oh yeah, you were not here for that earlier, Bubba. We actually were making jokes that there's actually a bed in that room, and this is the first time since we started playing the game, Gil let us sleep in it. He took it for himself every night, so we were imagining a dog bed situation. So is there anything I need to do before heading to the labyrinth?
Yes, actually. Go talk to Taiga. You redid her quest too, right?
Yeah. That's how I had all that stuff in there.
Oh, hey, Moo. Oh, Teach tried her very hardest, but alas. I attempted that ocean alone, but that's why I failed. What the fuck? There's a reason the kanji person is drawn as two people supporting each other, so... Moo, commence the Taiga quest. In order to escape, I need someone smart to support me. Otherwise, I can't swim all the way across the digital sea. So, Miss Moo, that's why I want you to go look for a smart kid that can support me.
I just realized that Tsukiko is what we look like to the rest of the student council.
Preferably as soon as possible. Teacher's counting on you. So this is a quest that we don't need to go to the dungeon for. First, talk to all the male students in the first and second grade classrooms.
Okay, the classrooms are on the second floor. So what do we do?
Well, no, first floor classroom, then second floor classroom.
There aren't any classrooms on the first floor. That's the library and the infirmary. I know.
You double check.
I know this because I was getting confused because the walkthrough that I had the bullet points you need to get for the CCC ending, and because we aren't doing that route, the infirmary's locked to us. That's how I know, because I had to check that.
Oh, all right. Then yeah, check both classrooms. Oh, never mind. First and second. Ignore me. I'm stupid.
You're fine. You have not played this game nearly as much as I had to. Again.
My grades? Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'll take all these for you because you just did all of that reading.
Fair enough.
My grades. They're the best in my class. That's how I'm configured. Huh? The seas? Miss Fujimura is going diving? What? She's up to her usual absurdity, I see. Alright, I can't do anything else, so let me take care of our teacher. Oh! Did we just find the one we were supposed to find already?
Yeah.
That's easy.
And now go talk to Taiga.
Man, look at all that reading I just did.
Yeah, sucks, don't it?
ほう、そちらも無事だったようだな。相変わらずの強運、いや、悪運と言うべきかな。
Oh, of course, Kotomini decides to take this time to have his one of few times he'll actually have a character in this game. Seeing him standing exactly where he always does here in the commissary makes me feel a little relieved. The only time Kotomini's made anyone feel anything but malice. I wonder, how did Kotomine manage to escape Julius's raid?
君には話していなかったが、私は趣味で八極拳をたしなんでいてね。ま、素人。
Oh, bullshit. I saw the moves you used in Zero.
Really? So, did he fight Julius? Also, I just realized he dabbles in the martial art that the servant that we fought as an assassin in the last game is a master of. And
oh yeah, Nasu's like obsessed with Baji-Kwan.
Makes sense. He made 3 versions of the same servant that all use it.
Mm-hmm.
So, did he fight Julius?
いや、 戦ってはいない。私のスキルを知っていたのか、それとも敵対する理由がないからか。
I won't believe that if Julius was here, it's just like, I tried to kill this priest 7 times in the last war. None of them went well.
I also like to think like he didn't. He tried to approach Kotomine to.
少しばかり残念だよ。たまには新脚の一つも打ってみたかったのでね。
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I like to imagine that Julius was out doing his thing and he's about ready to approach Kotomine, but then like he recognized the aura and was like, "Nope, not fucking with that."
That's one of the only things I find endearing about Kotomine is just that, like, no, everyone knows that you are just a terrible, dangerous person, but none of us are gonna put up with your shit if we can avoid not having to fight you. For that one moment, Kotomine, with his faint smile, looked like a hellish fiend.
Yeah.
A cold sweat runs down my back. Maybe it was wise of Julius not to have attacked him.
I will say, since we've been on break, I have in fact tried Mapo Tofu, chat. It's very good.
Oh, geez, look at the prices on these.
Yeah.
Luckily, I grinded, but still, I can't afford both of them. I'll have to pick them up later. What's that do?
You should. These are like the shop stuff is always permanent.
Oh yeah, no, it's more of just, again, I am both raising money for guild stuff, but also I have to spend money for guild stuff. And I'm not.
I thought you got that one.
No, that one was spend a certain amount there, but I think there's also another. Again, I don't have the caps that I was okay.
I have it in front of me. It's use items 10 times, use skills 30 times, and spend 300,000 sacrament.
I think I'm close to the last one. But the thing.
Yeah, if you already got 2 of the secret gardens, then the last one's just the spending.
Yeah. I think I'm close. Well, I think there's also one that's about, like, again, I'm just going off of having, like, it said that I need to earn a certain amount of money for one of them because there's a little book.
That's
in the
what
library.
It was.
Oh.
The 300,000.
Okay. Well, I might be close to that, but
like, you don't have to save. You don't have to save that much. You have to spend that much. Which, yeah, you do have to save for it.
I'll do this later.
Oh, did you find someone to support me by any chance? I see. That should be perfect. I don't think we'll have any issues. Thank you, Moon. I'll give this to you as a token of my gratitude. I picked it out of the digital sea a while back. Also, take this too. Looks like you found the smartest kid around, so I'm treating you.
Oh, that's real good.
Alright, now I'm going to borrow his help and retry the digital sea. I'll contact you if I make it. Until then, keep reviewing your classwork.
Yeah, that was one of the things that made the fight with Karna so much easier, was being a higher level and having 2 of those ethers that I'm like, okay, I've had these and we never used them in the other fights. I'm using them now. Let's look at the whatever wall bullshit Taiga got us. Oh!
Ooh!
Taiga, I had this Mesopotamian banner I found in the ocean. Give me 1 second, I'm checking this in. Yeah. I realized I probably should have saved there, so I'm just going to do the next best thing.
Which is saving, right?
Yes. There may have been a certain amount of extra save scumming that I did while we were on break. Okay, I don't need to talk to them, so yeah. I also noticed that all of the labyrinth floors actually have, like, names that give you little hints about them that none of us paid attention to because they're on screen for, like, half a second.
Oops.
Hold on a sec. Your exploration of the labyrinth is going really well, isn't it? Hi. Before you go and fight tougher enemies, I think you should make sure to learn about the thing I even wrote in the server about. I didn't look up our noble phantasm stuff. Shit. I'm just gonna speed through this. Yeah. Oh, I have to go to the library for that. I thought it was just in status. I will check that now too, because I did literally say future me will be a dumbass and forget. So yeah, here we go, guys. These are all the skills I also got. So, this is the one I was talking about. Reduced damage for 3 turns, yeah. Also got Gates of Babylon, which still haven't seen what that even looks like. Okay, conditions. 5 turns and enemy's HP is 30% or low. Oh, wow. Oh, it's because it's an instant death.
Oh, yeah.
It's an instant death with 0 MP, so yeah, now that makes total sense. That has to be 5 turns, and the enemy's health must be at, like, 30%. Okay, Except the first time we used it. That enemy must have just had only what Gilgamesh considers 30% of a servant's health to be.
So we still have to pick away at them, but at least it's like, okay, we don't have to get all the way, we just have to get a little.
Yeah, but as you can see, here's the stats I managed to get to. We still had mostly Ds when we fought last time. So yeah, I might have done a significant level of grinding it. Yeah, because I think we started the fight with Karna at 29 and got to 30 when we beat him.
Ah.
Yeah, I didn't even level from beating Karna last time. It's been a while since I've stood before this bookshelf, and naturally I want to know about this. What I want to know about is Gilgamesh. In the imaginary number ocean, Gilgamesh declared that we would fight together to help meet his expectations for me as his master. I want to study his legend. I pulled the Epic of Gilgamesh off the bookshelf and opened back up to the page I had previously stopped on. There was a second sticky note, and it wasn't there before. To my carefree moron of a senpai, if you wish to read further, then please be empty-headed, eager youth you are, and foolishly make a gas-guzzling AOU spam his skills. Yours truly, Little Imp. That's definitely going to drain his MP. We've been fighting together for a while now, and I'm sure I've used his skills many times. As I think all this to myself, I turn the page.
Oh, so
hey.
you already did that one. Woo!
Yeah, it was not accessible until now.
Oops.
Yeah. Trust me, for the Karna fight, I spend most of that just using abilities. I think I probably used 30 in just that fight.
Nice.
It opens. With the reading restriction lifted, deeper portions of the legend are available to me. The middle of the book talks about Gilgamesh's adolescence, being a tyrannical king who obtained every treasure there is. The one and only person in his life if he ever considered a friend, an adventure unimaginably grand, and the farewell that concluded it. I got absorbed in reading and eventually reached a page that I couldn't open. Unfortunately, it looks like this is all I get. I want to say it's hilarious that Tsukiko is moved by the boy love section of the Epic of Gilgamesh. Just a little Fujoshi in her. I'm fine with it. It's cute.
I was about to say that's not that far-fetched to believe of a Japanese schoolgirl.
Yeah, it's just we're finally getting a proper personality besides like we suffer a lot from the Phoenix Wright of our personality is put upon sarcasm. So getting a little extra stuff that we can add there makes it better.
Yeah, but like you can't have the bar be like stupid high because this is still Nasu.
Mm-hmm. And it's also Nasu writing an actual self-insert, so they have to be as bland as possible.
Correct.
So
because
much.
What's a personality?
Yeah, so much so that the female personality that he does not think will be played does not have a canonical name. What? It's times like this I'm just like, why do we love this?
I've been asking you this from the beginning. Both of you.
Listen, when you become a Fate fan, there's already a level of self-deprecation that you just accept. It's just when they bottom out, you still just you're like, oh wow, yep, that's what we've been defending. Yep.
Like, I'll defend it, but I'm not gonna pretend like, oh yeah, it's questionable.
At least he's not directly writing it anymore.
Correct.
It's made it so much better. Like, the following games of this series and FGO. Oh boy. That's us actually getting fed. It's sometimes people feeding us make it a little weird, but it's not as bad.
Oh, we understand it could be worse. We understand it could be so much worse. We know.
I reluctantly put the epic back on the bookshelf for now. Let's return to my room and put this legend together into a matrix. This is all just lore dumping. Oh, sweet. Alright, well, we'll pull up that information for you, Zaka. Oh, wait, so no, I can't do that in here. Wait a second, can I bring it up in the secret garden menu?
I think you have to go to the bedroom first, and then
Okay.
it'll let you.
I just love that fucking Gilgamesh's secret garden where everyone else is like being vulnerable or tired. Gilgamesh is fully Burt Reynoldsing. Also, it's the third time we come back to our room. Gilgamesh, well, are we ever gonna go fight things? I want to hit the dragon girl. Okay, information matrix.
There we go.
Keyword friend.
Oh.
Also, we got both his skills, Golden Rule and Collector.
Nice.
I'll say friend because that's going to be the good one. Let's read the skills.
Golden rule. Not the golden ratio of one's body, but how much money one is destined to acquire in life. At rank A, it could be described as a soul of gold. Even while living in the high life in the Goldie manner, he won't ever want for money in his life.
Dear Lord, Gil, can you pass that out to like most of America's working class?
Collector EX. The ability to acquire higher quality items. It's good luck for frequently obtaining even rare items, but since it only applies to Gilgamesh himself, it does not benefit his master.
To be fair, Gilgamesh is only ever summoned by an incredibly rich person who used most of their family money to get a piece of Gilgamesh's actual livery, so he could instant summon him for win.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I got an itch. My face. Okay.
How dare
Gilgamesh
you
is
itch your face?
Actually, no. I'll give you another second because Discount GM had the best. Gilgamesh, no. Earn it yourself.
Ooh. Gilgamesh is a collector of treasures. I've collected all the treasures of the earth, is what Gilgamesh likes to say, but it is not a metaphor. He collected, stored, and sealed away a sample of all the technology developed during his age. Rather than just treasure, what Gilgamesh stored away was the essence of human ingenuity itself. If it's not in his treasury, then it's something made by a new humanity through entirely new concept, or by intelligent life from another celestial body. One of the two.
I want to
Just
imagine.
casually confirming aliens.
Dude, that was literally casually confirmed much earlier because we're in an alien supercomputer. Also, I just imagine that Gilgamesh one day saw the famous fucking copper merchant, his giant back room full of hand carved complaint things. It was like, you know what? I respect it. I'm gonna make this part of my character now.
So, of course, he has airplanes and submarines. Human desires haven't changed from before AD, and arts from the age of magic weren't inferior to modern technology. People usually realize tools of hope they dream of, and each time ended up confiscated by the king's hand. Sorry, I just now love the idea that someone in ancient Mesopotamia just said, I have invented the jet! And suddenly Gilgamesh just crashes through and says, no, mine.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's actually great. He's an intellectual property troll. I love it.
He just I hate to put it out there like this. He's just Elon Musk.
Why?
Fuck.
This is the most likable we've had, Gilgamesh, and you've just made it so much worse.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, actually, wait, no. I can actually make it a little bit better.
Can you?
He's Elon Musk if he actually had friends to humble him.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, valid.
Yeah, no, wait. If Elon Musk actually had a fucking Inkaidu. Can we find a gay man to jump on this grenade for humanity?
You know what? You know what? On second thought, no.
I'm just going through everything we've said today and just be like, what the fuck am I going to title this episode tomorrow?
You aren't. The title is no title. You don't get one. Congratulations.
That's the title. You don't get a title.
I'm going to write that down, actually. If we don't get anything better, I'm using it. So go ahead, Zako.
The attack skill Gilgamesh uses, Gate of Babylon, ejects the treasure he's collected like arrows. The gates to the golden capital open and his treasures are shot out from his treasury.
1 second.
As a side note, after noble phantasms shot out or used, they return to his treasury no matter how far they went. I have a noble phantasm that excels at retrieval, says the person himself.
I actually wish people commented on our videos, Saris, because combined with you don't get one for a title, and us not explaining the thumbnail for the one shot from last week, which Zako, I know you didn't see it, but so we did a one shot last Saturday because we were about to have a giant break for Those Who Wander, and so Saris had me, Alpha, and Citra go through a one shot that they made, and halfway through, we just started making jokes about a dead body floating down the river. And because we're Domains of Dread crew, we just go, nah, that's just Strahd with a snorkel. Sarah's like, okay, now I have to draw that. I'm like, could you just make it sized enough that I could use it for a YouTube thumbnail? And that's the title. It's not alluded to at all in the actual title of the episode. So it is just a reward for someone who gets through the halfway mark of a 5-hour stream.
I just dropped it in static if you're curious.
Alright, let me take a gander here. Oh my god. Nice.
Actually, because we got some people here that don't follow Those Who Wander, I'll just copy that real quick and I will put it into stream chat to do.
Incredible. For those, I think it's even funnier for you to understand that, like, when I told Vaughn it was going to be the dinkiest doodle to ever doodle, I drew that on a plane.
Ooh.
And sent it to me while still on that plane.
Correct.
Nice.
All right, there we go. I'll set up Zako.
As a young man, Gilgamesh's violent disposition only grew. Naturally, the people of Uruk, but even by the gods who dispatched him, were greatly perplexed by his violence. Gilgamesh is not fulfilling his original purpose. That insolent creature needs someone to punish him. With that conclusion, the gods sent a single being to the surface. Their name was Enkidu, made by a god and given her blood, just like Gilgamesh. They had neither sex, gender, nor fixed form. Shaped from clay by a god, Enkidu was Uruk's greatest weapon, able to change their shape at will.
I need to interject.
Hmm?
Gender goals. Gender goals. Transition goals. Thank you. Please continue.
Become as clay.
Please continue.
Actually, now I kind of want to name the episode Gender Goals.
Do it!
I'll put it back on the same notepad.
According to that god's will, Enkidu confronted Gilgamesh before the temple of Uruk. Clashing like a storm, they fought throughout the city. After a fierce battle, they both collapsed to the ground, praised each other's valor, and became peerless friends.
I'm now just writing in a Sharpie on this notepad. Anytime I have a title name, I just put an underline under it because I don't want to name an episode because I forget. You don't get one. Gender Goals.
Good.
For Gilgamesh, who'd been without equal, it was the first time he found someone he could call a friend. Afterwards, though his egotism didn't change, Gilgamesh was admonished by Enkidu and softened his tyranny. Gilgamesh would become someone who understood him in Enkidu, defeated the forest guardian and the beast of a god, Humbaba, who took possession of every treasure as the greatest king on earth. At that time, Gilgamesh was so dazzlingly powerful, he was an existence that not even the gods could avert their eyes from. A goddess fell in love with that Gilgamesh. It was the goddess of fertility, Ishtar. She proposed to Gilgamesh, but he quickly refused.
I was just now imagining like a moment where Gilgamesh is just introducing things. All right, this is my vast amount of treasure. This is my harem. This is my male wife.
Correct.
Yeah, no, again, I am having so much fun just like
No, it's very like correct. Did you think I misspoke? How dare you?
oh, there you go. Oh wait, I forgot to scroll, my bad.
Why aren't we moving forward? Why aren't we moving forward? Oh.
Missed one line. She proposed to Gilgamesh, but he quickly refused. He knew how much Ishtar was a whimsical and brutal witch who broke men. Ishtar, enraged by Gilgamesh's insult, begged her father, Anu, in tears for retribution and released the greatest of divine beasts, the bull of heaven, onto the earth. Gugalana was an extreme disaster clad in storms. When it appeared, a 7-year famine and destruction struck the earth. In other words, the downfall of Uruk. Against this unrivaled divine beast, Gilgamesh and Enkidu worked together to fight it and repelled it splendidly. The goddess had lost face once again.
Given what we were talking about earlier, I now want Gilgamesh to meet that other servant we were talking about, the one who looks like a storm of blades, and do a double take. Wait a second, aren't you? Oh, no, okay.
Naturally, Ishtar's rage hadn't calmed, so she requested of the gods the death for either of the two. For a mortal to kill the beast of the gods was a sin. Ishtar's wish was granted, and one of the two, Enkidu, created by the gods and unable to defy that decree, slowly weakened and died.
I also just want to point out, Bubba, Enkidu is best wife Bondo.
My favorite that I've actually unironically seen on life, husband.
That's so cute.
The sole person who understood that king, Enkidu. Just how large a shadow this loss cast over Gilgamesh is told in the rest of his life afterward. Enkidu was an autonomous weapon made from clay by the gods. In seraph terms, they'd be something like an AI. Being complete from birth, they neither grow nor evolve, able to take various forms as needed. It said their usual form was that of a 16-year-old with long hair shining a faint light green, unable to be taken as a boy or a girl.
Ah, so literally when they decided to make that character, NASA at least put in a prompt, this is what I want, this is all I'm going to accept.
I repeat, gender goals.
Alright,
I know what I'm about.
Oh no, what you're about, Saris, and we are patting you on the shoulder, being like, yes.
One other thing, head to the Student Council room. Oh, wait.
Yeah, we forgot to do a secret card.
Never mind.
Oh, it did unlock it. Maybe we have to talk to Gil now. This episode is just all RP, everyone. We're not actually going to do any gameplay. We're breaking the tenets of No Love War Extra, where we're actually just playing a dating game and we're trying to date the king of Babylon.
Yeah, no, this is the ultimate otome. I don't know what you were expecting, but it's not that.
Oh, that's the first time he's ever actually offered us wine. We actually are charming him. Yeah, there we go.
What did I say? What did I say? The ultimate otome.
But I also like suddenly my vision dazes and grows dark. Oh no!
Oh no, we're a lightweight.
It's like I'm suffering from anemia. It's probably due to the fatigue I accumulated from our exploration of the labyrinth.
Oh yeah, I'm
give
sure
me-
that's the
顔色は
problem.
そうでもないが、バイタルが低下しているな。
Oh, good, it's voiced. I'm gonna go to the bathroom while he's doing that.
Go right ahead. We'll fill you in when you come back.
Leave him in the
貧
dark.
弱にも程があるが、
Suffer the
迷宮
consequences.
で倒れられても面倒だ。しばし休んでいけ。俺は構わぬ。
The way he said stung, but it's also rare for Gilgamesh to show concern for my well-being. It's almost like this relationship has been incredibly abusive and is now suddenly softening. I respond.
Wait. The consequences of my actions. The consequences of staying.
Oh, oh no. Oh. I respond to the king's whimsical remark with an "all right" before I lay down in my bed. We've now colonized the bed.
It's ours.
The moment I laid down, I quickly became sleepy. It seems I was exhausted to my very core. I surrendered myself to despondency that seems to wash over me. Weird use of despondency, but okay. This is but a brief respite from my reality of constant battle. Oh, Tsukiko, I need you to stop giving off, like, Daedalus vibes right now. This is my week off. Let's have a deep dream, even if only for a little while.
And I'm back.
You miss Tsukiko going through my very me-coded thing of somehow the one thing that stays in my head permanently, like on a loop from Epic the Musical, is Odysseus just going, "I'm just a man." Ugh. I was born out of a lump of earth, shaped out of clay by the hands of gods. I was created as a tool which can transform into limitless things. I awoke in the wilderness. The first sight I beheld was a sprawling land and the sky. Then I saw a towering fortress city in the distance. Suddenly, I heard a far-off call, and did not realize I was going to have to do actual voice acting today, so I'm going to take a drink now.
The far off call, and then we just hear Zan enter the call with Cerveza Cristal, and then it's over.
The best part is that he got 8 on my end, so we could only hear Citric suffering when he did that.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. It was great. 10 out of 10.
So Zako, I probably have to give you this context for those who wonder. We turned a 2 to 3 time joke to just annoy Citric by naming off a South American beer.
I know the
specifically Chilean.
Oh yeah, I know the Cerveza Crystal meme.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
It's to the point where now we are trying to actively get them to sponsor our game. Zan has actively emailed them.
Oh
That
my
I
God.
did not know. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, no, he mentioned it during one of our games. It was just many months ago.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think he was serious. Oh my gosh.
I am for real. If they pick us up, I'm just be like, you can just ship me beer. That will actually lift a lot of my day-to-day costs off of my hand. If you just want to do that, that's fine. I will shill you. I will drink you. Oh, Lord. Oh, if I could get them to sponsor all of our content. Oh, that'd be so... Oh, Lord. Let's go. Back into my actually being serious for once voice. It wasn't my mother's fingers or my father's rebuke that roused me. Curious about the call, I lifted my heavy eyelids. I had just awoken, but I was not rational. My father was the king of the gods, Anu. My mother was the goddess of creation, Aruru. They bestowed me with great power, but they were unable to breathe into me a soul. For that reason, for a few years after I awoke, my life consisted merely of dashing across the plains alongside the beasts. However, I had an objective, for when my mother created me, she had given me a mission. O Chain, bring the linchpin back to us. However, I had no soul within me. All I could do was live in the wild. I lacked human will. I was in bliss, simply running across the plains with the animals day in and day out. I was complete, but I wasn't missing anything either. However, Occasionally, I would stop and look over at that far-off fortress. From across the wilds, someone was calling. Whose voice is that, I wonder? It's not my father's, it's not my mother's. I felt like someone very different was calling me. Lamenting over me and my lack of rationality, my father gave me a woman. To me, someone who had never ever seen a mirror. This humanoid served as a good teacher to help me know myself. I learned wisdom and reason. She taught me how the heavens and earth worked. A soul was breathed into me, one that helped me carry out the mission previously created for me. Enkidu. And thus, I had spoken my own name for the first time. In that moment, my world transformed to something extremely simple. My role, my mission. I must impart the god's ire unto the arrogant Gilgamesh. My heart fluttered with joy. I dashed through the wilderness like a meteor. My reason for being created, my reason to risk my life. To deliver divine retribution to a puppet created by the gods just like me. But when I found him, he was still young. Unlike me, he seems to grow. Unlike me, human blood is mixed within him. He's still in his childhood. Until he becomes an adult, I can't compete with him. Unless we fight on equal terms, it won't count as admonishment. And so, I gazed upon the fortress city. I hear the call coming from inside there. I kept my impatience in check and counted the days as he grew up. As a child, he possessed outstandingly kingly disposition, more so than anyone else in the world. He was tolerant, thoughtful, fair, and had morals.
Was he?
Listen, there's a whole lot of stuff that's getting glazed over here. Like, we're just gonna glaze over who that woman was, what her job was, and what she did. Like, that was the only thing I will never, like, that was the only good thing that my mythology teacher in college actually imparted onto me. Besides something I can now never watch the movie Jaws about.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just, for those in chat and in the future, so, priestess had a very different connotation in Babylon. That's all I'm gonna say.
Uh-huh.
Everyone walking down the streets would praise him. They were captivated. They saw him in the ideal boy king. Arrogance? I could only think that the gods had been mistaken. The child Gilgamesh had no shortcomings worthy of admonishment. If there was any problem, it was only with the fact that while he showed respect for the gods, he was not obedient to them. Years passed, and the boy grew into a young man. I came to acknowledge the god's apprehension. In the few years that passed, he became a different person. Dictatorship, tyranny, coercion, levies, prosperity wholly out of self-interest. The people of Aruk grieved. Why has it come to this? The gods were puzzled. We didn't anticipate it to this degree. However, I could understand, painfully so, the reason behind his sudden change. He had been born with a conclusion. He was a lone being, neither god nor human. Having gained traits from both, his perspective was too broad, too distant. Even the gods couldn't understand the things he set his eyes on. His excessive strength brought forth excessive solitude. Yet, he never abandoned his position as king. He had never deserted the mission he was charged with. What a powerful ego. He earnestly respected the gods and loved man. The conclusion was that he chose to walk a path where he despised the gods and loathed man.
Hey, it's me.
Good.
I'm sorry, but the second you said it like that, I just like, oh wow. So yes, Gil just goes, so, yes, I post on r/atheism.
Okay, well, I'm not that evil.
Oh, I
repeat. I repeat, Elon Musk.
Oh. We met before a building where sacred marriages were held. That's right. By my hand I shall reform your hubris. I should have said solitude instead of hubris, but I couldn't bring myself to do so. I didn't want to injure his pride. Our battle lasted several days. I was a spear, an axe, a shield, a beast. I could transform into limitless things. Against me, he mustered all the strength he possessed. Oh, that's also another funny thing I got to deal with as I had to do the passion lip fight several times over and over. The fact that anytime Gil gets hit, he goes, Honore! And, for those who don't remember, Passion Lip's ability is a rocket fist that hits you 7 different times. So you just hear, Honore, 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 on a loop.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, and I had to do that fight like 4 times, so that was my special hell. I was just, because again, if you mess up and don't use the Dust Cloud of Osiris in the first move of that fight, you are not protected from her instant death ability. And it took me that long to realize, oh, that's a status condition. I'm just not under-leveled. Yeah, I am so glad we didn't broadcast us replaying through that, because that would just be a special hell for everyone instead of just me.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I mean, I made sure to tell you to buy that, so on the first go around.
Yes, that's why I did buy it, but I didn't realize that she had an effect instead of just damage. Because, again, I didn't have a proper walkthrough. I just had the story beat walkthrough. He had encountered someone equal to him for the first time. Was it surprise or anger? During that battle, he took his prized treasure in hand. For him to bring out his stored treasures, precious as they were, was likely nothing less than humiliating to him. Initially, he did so out of necessity. He was cornered, yet in the end, he had fun freely adding in more of his treasures. Finally, who had won the battle? He had, at last, emptied his last stores, and I had lost 9/10 of my clay. And Kaido, were you just like less than a torso? Like most of a neck and shoulders at that point? I'm trying to figure that one out there, buddy. I couldn't even make clothes for myself. I must have looked seedy. He looked at me with wide eyes, let out a roaring laugh, then fell onto his back. I too fell to the ground and took a deep breath. Tell the truth, I could have only gone one more round. I don't understand what he truly meant by that, even now. Did he want me to say, let's call it a draw? Or maybe that this was so foolish that there should only be one corpse? Regardless, I heard his words, then followed. Then followed his lead, and collapsed as he did. I even thought, just like a mirror. Do you regret having to use your treasures? For some reason I asked this. So said Gilgamesh, in a cheerful voice. From that point on, I traveled with him. The days seemed to race by.
Oh, Enkidu gave Gilgamesh the idea of just throwing shit.
Yeah, no, that's actually really cute. Like, his whole thing was just taught to him by, like, fuck, this guy is actually on my level, and I have no fighting style, and I've never needed to have one. I'll just throw shit at a wall. Throw shit at a wall has never stopped being useful. He still had his usual collector's mindset, but he had learned to use what he had every now and then. It's one of my few achievements. Also, the game designers are very lazy, just reusing these same two backgrounds, and sometimes just doing a black background. We know this was on the PSP, but damn, that's lazy.
God.
Man, what fourth wall?
Listen, I'm having to narrate over 3 different backgrounds in a bland voice. I'm gonna throw the shade I can, especially because they're like, oh, we'll personalize this. We'll give us Gilgamesh's voice for his lines. Thanks, that adds so much. There was a monster named Humbaba. We joined our powers and defeated him. I asked him something. Why he decided to defeat Humbaba. He had no such mission from the gods to do so. On the other hand, I didn't think it was for the benefit of the people of Uruk.
いや、ウルクを守るためだが、地上の善悪を倒しておかねば、民どもが飢え死のう。
Why? I asked fervor. The people of Uruk suffer under his tyranny. Why would he care for the people?
不思議ではないだろう。俺は人間の守護者として生まれたものだからな。この星の未来を築くのが王の役目だ。
As he said so, his gaze was extremely far off. So far off that I couldn't understand what he was looking at, despite being created the same way he was.
守護にも種類があろう。守ることだけが守護ではない。時には北風も必要だろうよ。
At that moment, I understood completely. I see. So basically, you value the path of discernment. He laughed shyly. He had a refreshing smile on his face, the one from his childhood he would occasionally show to me. The fact that Gilgamesh does anything shyly is so much more characterization than he has been given in any other media.
Yeah.
I came to understand why he preferred solitude. The path he chose to walk was one he had to walk alone. He said he was protecting the act of looking off into the distant future. If he has to despise the gods and hate humans to do so, then the king must be alone. The more he liked the people's futures, the less relevant he was in them. The one who judges is also the one who reaps. And all the king gets back is results. The glorious course, those results given birth to, is something not even he, someone superior to humans, must intervene in.
ま、結果はつまらぬ織物になりそうだが、そうすると決めた以上、最後まで付き合うさ。
Oh! Here's the quote that was just stapled to Tsukiko's shirt. He bragged, and unable to endure it, I spoke up. I'm a tool. There's no need for you to judge me. I can continue being by your side until the world ends.
たわけ。
I think the look of relief on his face then was something I had never seen then or since.
よいか。それは。
He went on. As he did, I heard words as precious as the stars. This was the moment where I truly had a self. This will be the last story. Talks broke down between Gilgamesh and the goddess Ishtar. We fought against the bull of heaven that Ishtar unleashed. The story is about my final moments. Using that weapon, Gilgamesh drove away the bull of heaven, broke apart the dark clouds cast over the world, and saved the land from being flooded. As a punishment for defying the gods, I was turned back into a lump of earth. He fervently embraced the lump of earth, me.
許さぬ。なぜお前が死ぬ？罰が下されるのなら、それは俺であるべきだ。すべては俺のわがままではないか。
The sky still cries, unable to see. I make him a suggestion. You needn't be sad. I'm a weapon, but a glint among your many treasures. In time, greater treasures than myself will come to you. I was never worth your tears, nor was I ever a reason to shed them. That's right. I was a weapon, a tool. Unlike him, despite being a child of the gods, Gilgamesh was a hero who continued to defy his birth. He had a soul from the very beginning. He was born with free will. A true being, unlike myself, I was expendable. I had real worth. He shined as a star would. I admired him for that, despised him all the same. We were created by the same Father. Why were we such different creatures?
価値はある。唯一の価値はあるのだ。 俺はここに宣言する。この世において、俺の友はただ一人。ならばこそ、その価値は未来永劫変わりはしない。
I was a weapon. Weapons are made to be replaced every generation. My worth, my mystique, existed only in this era. At the cost of being alone, he made me something else. I remember what he said at that time. What he said when I declared that I was a tool. Fool.
共に生き、共に語らい、共に戦う。それは人でも道具でもない。友というのだ。エルキドゥ。
Ah, how sinful he was. He knew his weakness, but he couldn't change. He knew his strengths, but wouldn't flatter them. No one understood him. His greatest sincerity came in feigning ignorance. Across this man's pride, I left an all unhealing wound. The rain gradually let up. I'm returning to my original form, a lump of earth from the wilderness. All that remained of the king was his roar, and with it he cried like thunder. My record ends here. I'm a regret which has already vanished. From here on, it's your future. You, unlike me, are human. Let this be your story. And that's why I want to ask you a few things now. Do you still love humans? Do you still remember your friend's name, even now? That mistake you made in that distant era, have you already overcome it? Is Vaughn going to have to stop voice acting?
No.
Ah, gay!
Just a smidgen.
No, Zako, you just fully did the full Community meme, and that's why I'm loving you right now. Oh, I love Community.
Or one out for the LGBT.
I squint from the light. It seems I was having an odd dream. I'm switching up to a different... Damn it, stop making me actually voice act. This is my day off stream. Ellipsis. I happen to look up and see Gilgamesh pressing his eyelids with his fingers. Oh no, this is where we both forget that masters can actually experience servants' memories. And apparently now I can also experience other servants' memories because they're so tied to you. Gil, I'm sorry I just had to deal with all of your trauma without asking.
Oops.
Seems like I dozed off too. Maybe that dream rubbed off on me. Because I called out to him quietly, quite casually, "Did you get any sleep?"
そのようだ。俺も多少疲れていたらしい。取るに足りぬ懐かしいものを見た。
Gilgamesh's voice is lacking his usual pressure. Now that I think about it, there's something that I heard about. Masters and servants who form contracts are mentally linked, and when they're unconscious, when they're sleeping, they sometimes share memories. I'm not sure, but I think that dream just now was related to Gilgamesh's friend. Maybe he had experienced the same dream. Maybe he experienced the same dream I had. As I have this thought, I unintentionally start to speak. I have to ask. Tsukiko Moon, his contractor, asks him. Zako, please tell me you have an answer for this.
There ain't one, Chief.
This is when we save state. Okay, give me a second here. I'm going to take a drink, and then I'm just trying to think of... Okay. Well, we know it's not the second one.
Saris.
Which say?
Saris, I saw what you just put in chat.
Laser Gunner Berserker Trap. Oh, I'm trying to think of one for Q now.
Oh, I got you. I got the list up. You're not gonna get a perfect one, but you have of like your of all of your classes, you aren't gonna get a perfect one because you don't get a Q, but you could, in theory, just shove a Q in front of one of them and call it a day.
Well, let me put it this way: we won't get a Q, but I'll give you your +1.
Yeah, correct. Oh yeah, 100%.
Unfortunately, as much as I would want to make that one, Bubba, for, like, the title, there's a hard cap on YouTube titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
No, it would be funny if YouTube didn't suck. That would be it. That would be peak. But unfortunately, YouTube sucks.
I'm gonna go with the first one because we know we don't resemble Enkidu at all by the description given and by the fact they now have a canon look. Also, Tsukiko is unapologetically actually looks very feminine, so definitely not Enkidu. And asking Gil if he loves humans is such a stupid question.
Hey Gil. Hey Gil. Question for the fans.
勘違いをしているようだな。俺が見ていたものは天のお牛との戦いだ。友の夢などではない。そもそも俺に友などめったにいるものか。いたとしても名前など忘れていいよ。もう口にすることはできぬのだからな。
Oh. We just hit his trauma button. He can't remember his only friend, which is something very important for him. Gilgamesh spat his words out with displeasure. However, his voice didn't even have the smallest trace of anger in it. I can no longer speak it. That reply alone tells me plenty about whether Gilgamesh remembers his friend's name or not.
くだらぬざれ言をほざける程度には回復したようだな。
They did not approve of the gay romance and therefore you were banned.
行くぞ。そして断っておくが、俺が見ていたのは我が半生の奇跡だ。
To be fair though, Nasu's being like, I don't want to have a gay route, did give us our first non-binary character in Fate. His weird drawing in the sand actually made a progressive route.
Question, you are referring, you're referring to Enkidu, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it has been like confirmed by pretty much all the material that by now that Enkidu is non-binary to even to the point where in the
I was gonna say I knew that, but it was one of those like, was this the first game to actually like confirm that?
I don't know if it's. I know Enkidu was like mentioned in other material before, but this was the first one to like deep dive into who they were.
And it outright said that they were neither man nor woman. So.
Oh yeah, no yeah.
So,
again, gender goals.
Yeah, I was about to say, NB take that win.
Oh, I'm not complaining. It was more like the question I had was who came first, Enkidu or Chevalier?
Very fair.
Also, first for those who don't know, that is your second N beanie.
Yes. Also, first old servant I ever summoned.
Neat.
Yeah. So I have love for Chevalier. Also, French swordsmen are just cool in general, so just a general win.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just need to actually read what Gil said, because we had a tangent there.
はじめは神を認め人を守った。幼年期を終え、成人してからは神を憎み人を好んだ。
Basically, I hit puberty and decided atheism was perfect.
それだけの夢を見たに過ぎん。仮にお前が俺の記憶を垣間見たとしても、それは貴様の主観。俺の真実とは程遠い。それをわきまえることだ。
Saying this, Gilgamesh leaves ahead of me. I also hurry out of bed and run after his golden back. That's right, the dream I just had can't have been from Gilgamesh's perspective. It wasn't his or Tsukugil Moon's dream, it was somebody else's. However, the words spoken within that dream were undoubtedly true. Your worth won't degrade, not for all eternity. That's the one thing that aloof king said that I'll remember. Along with the owner of that dream. Sorry to say, but your dream of wishing to be abandoned doesn't seem like it'll come true. Okay, this is the This is the first earned secret garden I feel like we've ever gotten.
Mm-mm.
It says we can't view it from here, we'll go out, but I'm actually going to take my well-earned bathroom break, especially from having to sit through all of that and read it.
Go for it.
Our stream now.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh, my back.
Sorry, I can't break it for you.
Mhm.
Making time for stream takeover. Yeah, robot, we're taking over the stream. We're remodeling once again. We haven't finished.
I'm gonna remodel this damn apartment, I swear.
I support you.
I come back and
I do mean
finally
that
turn into
because
home
I've gotten
improvement.
what was that?
So I come back and I realize we've turned into home improvement.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I don't think so, Tim. I'm laughing because I've had a I don't think so, Tim, in my favorite GIFs on Discord for the better part of like 2 years now. I just haven't had a chance to use it. Okay, Gil. How much of you are we going to see now? Oh, we get shoulder action.
Yeah.
Oh, so now we got his height, Homaruk. Do.
We already knew his fetishism.
Okay, we did know that. Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't check a secret guard much because at least the walkthrough I had was telling me, yeah, you're not getting it that anytime soon.
The free time is the new one.
というやつだ。何？思ったより普通だと？たわけ！俺に肉だるまになれというのか。
Pleasure tips. Oh, pleasure trips. Okay. I was like, pleasure... what?
万有だ。どの
Congratulations.
ような時代であれ、都市をそぞろ歩くのはやめられんな。ま、レベル1になるまで眠っていたのだが。
He's like, I might have taken that one a bit too far. I did kind of lose all of my power in the moon jail.
Chains of Heaven, that which symbolizes Gilgamesh's childhood. It represents his battle with the friend that was his equal and their adventures. The one and only tale in this entire world that its value will never change for all eternity.
Wow, also the smallest secret garden ever. Thanks, Gil. I'll be like
You
this.
thought you could get bigger? Nah.
Listen, they've been feeding our entire boys love like obsession for this session. Okay, I'll take that.
I will say you gave me a very interesting image as we're staring at Gilgamesh being half naked, and it's like, yeah, that's the smallest secret garden we've had so far.
To be fair, throughout the series, Gil gives off a lot of little dick energy. So yeah, small for a secret garden. All right, let's try to get through at least this day, and then I think we'll probably raid someone because we've been going for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually the prettiest one we've been to so far. What are you called? We'll have it for half a second. Dragon Sweet Coaster. We reach the bottom of a long staircase. A vast sunken sanctuary lies in the depths below even the ocean floor. This isn't like the Spiritron ocean we're used to. It's suffocating, as if oxygen is thin here. I reflexively take a deep breath. We're definitely getting close to the core.
会長
Miss Sunny, can you hear me? Looks like there's no issue with our connection.
Space density has gone up a notch. Doesn't seem like it'll handle your movements, but it may be a little uncomfortable.
雑種。
It matters not. All this effect is capable of merely All this effect is capable of is merely attempt to refuse us. Trampling over it should be amusing.
Gilgamesh' words are reassuring. I take a step forward and shake off the damp air clinging to me.
そう固くなるな見苦しい。俺と貴様だ。問題はあるまい。
Are their feet always this loud?
Oh, you're adorable. You've missed.
You hear that, folks? He called Liz adorable.
I would like to rip my ears off my skull.
That's the one thing Liz is actually good at, is reinforcing that she is shitty as an idol.
But it's tone deaf.
あの女のもう一つの特徴。
Don't forget, Gil, you were trying to be her producer to make her actually useful in her last fight. And also, Zako, yes, I was about to make the joke right before you said it, that the one downside is that Gil goes from his armor clanking to us realizing that he's wearing tap shoes.
Well,
Her unmatched singing voice is spoiled by her unmatched tone deafness. Her demonic song gouges out my entrails, jolts my brain, and shakes my very soul. Could anyone but her perpetrate such a devilish act? No, I think not.
no.
地獄から帰ってきた鮮血アイドル。人呼んでエリザベート・バートリーアンコールバージョン。さあ、覚悟はよくて。私以外のヒットチャートをみなごろしよ。
ヒットチャートを皆殺しか。豪気だな。それでは歌版の出演者はゼロになってしまう。
Jesus Christ, Gil.
Listen, the one thing that people on Twitter actually agreed with me is that it is always correct that Caesar Clown suffers. I think it's also always correct that we always roast Elizabeth.
Correct.
今までのは本番前の前振りよ。どんなアイドルにも暗黒下積み時代はあるものだわ。でも今回は違う。私こそがセンチネル、つまり主役ってこと。
She's not an ordinary servant. Elizabeth proudly states, but a contract with a master ought to be essential to drawing out her power. Besides, BB said she gave her an interesting master. I don't think she'll give me straight answers, but I'll try asking. Who's your new master?
とんだ三流記者ね。私のことをブヒブヒ嗅ぎつけてゴシップを囲ったってそうはいかないわ。受け付けるのはトップアイドルにふさわしい質問だけよ。今後の予定、新年の過ごし方、それともスキャンダルの真相
We
かしら。
just asked you that third one.
Listen, okay, I'm happy if we can just be idol tertiary. I don't want to have idol master bleed into here, please. Well, I only want to ask about your mask. Actually, this may be a good opportunity to probe her secret garden. May as well ask a question while I have the chance. What I want to know is there an actual answer, Zako?
Nope.
Alright, what's the thing we want her to bore us with, okay? Upcoming plans?
No. Hit her with the insult in the third one.
Ah. I didn't read that far. Isn't it embarrassing to appear this many times?
恥ずかしめてるだけじゃない。恥ずかしくなんてないわよ。第一、なんでこんなに使い回して言われなきゃならないわけ？待望の再登場、復刻ベスト版でしょ。
Still, this pacing is a little fast, or rather, well, frankly, there isn't any value in it. And yeah, I do get the feeling that having the same outfit is what's making this feel like a rehash.
Ooh, dissing her dress now too.
More like I want to just put on a fucking shirt.
というか、私の外見が変わらないのは完璧すぎて変えられないからでしょ。デザイナー
Okay, that's bullshit considering how many versions and outfits you're in Faint Grand Order.
Yeah, no, you are the worst mascot pick, and I'm glad they finally were like, fuck it, we can't make you any more appealing. They actually were like, you know what, we made Carmilla, let's double down on her.
Hell yeah.
Then I'd like for her to at least change her name or something. Like Elizabeth Custom or Elizabeth Zero.
Eh.
確実にドラゴン違いよそれ。あなた、私を召喚する気でしょ。なるほど。わかったわ。これがセンチネルへの風当たりというものね。上等じゃない。こうなったら、あいつを呼ぶしかないわ。今必要なのはツッコミ要員よ。
It's gonna be Robin Hood.
不本意だけど。カモン、マスター。
ようやく僕の出番のようだね。華麗なるマスターエース。ここに登場。とう。
Wait.
It's so much worse.
No! No!
You know what? Terrible people. Totally makes sense. Yeah. You found your role. You at least now make Ryder less bad. And that's for every Ryder you're associated with.
You fucking turncoat!
My eyes must be tricking me. There's no way! That's Shinji Bato! Then, Shinji is Elizabeth's new master. Also, oh no, this actually... Give me a sec here. One sec. This makes perfect sense. We just revealed to Shinji that he's fucking dead. He has no dog in our race. He would have totally abandoned us.
そうさ。また赤くてうるさい女なのはちょっと不服だけどね。
Is this when I give the obligatory Octopimp reference of Shinji was a bitch ass poser?
Yes. Also, even he's roasting Lancer. He's like, listen, I might have hitched my boat to the Rin wagon and then realized that was a bad idea. Getting reminded of her, but in the worst way.
こんなやつでも僕ならうまく使えるし、BB がどうしてもって泣きついてきたから付き合ってやることにしたんだよ。
X to doubt.
呆れた。いつの間に寝返ったわけ？相変わらずクズっぷりとダメっぷりではダントツ首位を行くわね、あんた。
That's literally his brand, Ren.
僕はお前たちとは、お前たちみたいな情に流されるバカとは違うんだ。冷静に判断した結果さ。さあ、降伏宣言をしなよ。このアジア圏一のゲームチャン。
まあそういうことよ。正直、リンとラニが恋しいわ。あの二人もいろいろ問題あったけど。
This is really our gayest stream.
Yep. I don't know about you, but I don't see a problem.
Also, I just realized Shinji is such a loser that they had to make it up like, no, you're not going to get the Master's Secret Garden in this one. You're just going to get the Servant's Secret Garden. So we don't even get to see his, like, near nakedness.
No, it's more like Liz is the person that we would want to have a secret garden of, which I 100% agree with. Of the two options, I'm picking her every time. I don't want to know anything about Shinji on a deeper level. Like, the only thing I will give Shinji is, Shinji, you are a product of systemic abuse that will perpetuate that systemic abuse, so it really needs to die with you.
Correct. Glad we can agree.
The worst part is, we've seen the two, like, only good members of their entire family, and the first one is arguably not even that good.
Correct.
Oh, Lord, thank you, Fate. You're the gift that keeps on kicking me in the dick.
Correct.
自分の成績も分かってないわけ？お前が負けてばっかだから天才である僕がスカウトされたのさ。
はあ、天才？迷宮の片隅でブルブル震えているところをたまたまスカウトされただけのくせに。
Why was he even in there?
それを言ったらお前だって。
Because he saw Julius killing everyone, so he ran like a coward because he's Shinji.
の鳴き声なんて理解できません。ほんとうるさいバカネズミね。
バカはそっちだろ。バカバカ。
That's annoying. Someone punch him in the face.
Someone punch her in the face.
We are in a loop of the two worst characters trying to say who is the actual worst character. And I'm just kind of feeding off it because I'm like, no, I want to see you kill each other.
Double knockout? Double knockout.
Like, I just want to throw a knife between them, just go, fight, fight. Actually, no, I want the Simpsons monkey gif. While ignoring our existence, these two repeat their bickering ad infinitum. This is awful. Awful in a lot of ways. Wow, we are getting meta about it.
私の時はこれほどではなかったと思いますが、マスターの影響でしょうか。
No, that's just Shinji.
Yeah, I know, it's just, this entire episode is us just roasting various characters and just boys love.
Sounds gay, I'm in.
それどういう意味よ、さくら。てか、ラニも悟った顔するな。私は残念組じゃない。
An angry voice over the transmission rings in my ear. Whether here or there, awful things are everywhere. Gil, I am going to ask for my one selfish thing. Can you just hug me? I need just some kind of positive feeling right now. I knew I had things to worry about without Leo here. No, actually, this would be even more awful if he was here. Yeah, no, because at that point, he'd just be wanting to see two girls kiss. Leo was weird.
Oh no, he'd be like poking both sides to make them even worse.
True. Regardless, this isn't the time to be feeling down. We need to end this bickering so we can probe Elizabeth's secret garden. Oh, even more worse people show up!
Uh-oh.
Wait. Actually, no! BB's attacking Shinji! She's actually being useful for once!
何するんだビビー。悪いのは全面的にこいつだろ。
しまったつい。ごめんなさい、シンジさん。
I feel like you're holding a grudge for something.
I don't know, it feels like genetic memory, but from where, I don't know.
私がシンジさんを攻撃するなんて起こり得るはずがありません。あなたこそ最強なマスター。レオビスタリオハーウェイを上回る人類最高のウィザードなんですから。
What?
あのさ、そんな分かりきったこと繰り返し言われても迷惑なんだけど。
Really?
サーバントさえいれば、僕は聖杯戦争に勝ち残れる人間だ。
Shinji, we both have memories of the first round. We both know an empirical fact about how the first round went. You might want to retract your statement. Oh wait a second. No, you're the type that triples down.
That didn't count. My controller was broke.
The funny thing, Sako, is we both know that was literally his response as dying.
Exactly.
はい、それはもう。私がムーンセル中枢に到達したら、ムーンセルの表側をお譲り。いえ、お納めください。
Shinji, you're this fucking dumb? Oh no, wait! She's keeping him alive because he's a patsy she can use so she doesn't die. Oh! That's hilarious. They're literally doing him like they did him in fucking Unlimited Blade Works. I love it.
あなたこそ月の王にふさわしいキングです、シンジさん。
そうさ、その通りだ。僕は選ばれた人間、勝ち残る勝者なのさ。
BB's coking turns Shinji's grimace into a smile. His expression is condescending. It's Shinji's usual expression. Even though I'm used to seeing it, this time it's a hint of desperation. Maybe it's because I saw with my own two eyes how his Holy Grail War ended.
何を気遅れしている。あれほど倒しやすい敵もいまい。真偽対あらゆる面においてな。
This really is us just roasting the worst characters.
それじゃあ、あとはお任せします。キング様、くれぐれもエリちゃんの秘密を奪わ
She
れ
called
な
him
いよう
King
ご注意
Sama.
を。
God damn it.
こんなネズミに頼らなくても自分の秘密くらい自分で守ってみせるわ。さあ、オープニングトークはここまでよ。復活ライブに震えなさい。
そいつらは僕がレベルデザインしたプログラムだ。お前たちなんて一瞬でゲームオーバーさ。
Oh, you designed these?
Can I just say, Shinji crawled so Dan Kuroto could sprint.
Crying.
Sorry, we were dealing with an actual game designer. I had to think of the actual best game designer in all of written like anime/toku history.
それじゃあ、せいぜいあがいてみせてくれよ。ゲームスタートだ。
Actually, give me a second. I'm actually going to put that on Blue Sky. We'll have a history of that, and I will link it in the actual episode description. Do-do-do-do. I'll press this while we're
今度
doing
こ
it.
そ勝つのは私。ええ、必ずよ。
The two disappeared. They probably left and went to the interior of the labyrinth.
エネミー反応多数。少しばかり手間取りそうではありますが。所詮は小物の寄せ集め。今のあんたを止めることはできない。でしょ?
Obviously, now we ended up with another goal. Bring Shinji to his senses. Can we just kill Shinji? We've already killed Shinji. Can we just let Shinji die?
Yeah, I'm good with that option.
I'm sold.
We can't back down now, even if it just happened to be temporarily configured in us. He and I have an unsavory tie to one another.
腐れ縁か。ならば仕方あるまい。芸のない出し物だが、貴様に免じて付き合ってやるとしよう。
Dear Lord, okay, this shows Gil's character growth. I will put up with Shinji for you. I want to point out, the only Fate route where Gil deals with Shinji is the one where he decides humanity is worthless and must be ended. So him taking this on for us, yeah, he is with us.
始めるぞ。俺の好みは分かっていいよな。その程度のレベルで我らの邪魔をするな。
I feel like there was an enemy named Nemesis in the last game, and this is just a recolor of them. But since we haven't seen it... Where are you? There we go. I want to see what this looks like. I don't care if it takes 100 MP. We've got items to recover that.
Also, you're debating about whether or not something's a recolor. My guy, every enemy in this game is not only a repeat from the last game, but is also a recolor.
Oh! It guarded and still died!
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, now that I call you my master, it's only fair I give you this performance. Thanks, Gil, for stepping up! I want to feel like Shinji saw that and immediately shit himself. Can't keep doing it, so I'll just do this because I know it'll do a lot of damage. Gamble, block, gamble, gamble.
Also, wait, yeah, this one uses skills. Ow. Uh-oh.
No injury, still got smacked around.
No fatal injuries.
Yeah, no injuries.
Oh!
指示は手早くな。俺もそう待てんぞ。下がって自決しろとは言わん。貴様は。おい。
Hey!
Man, it feels good to be adequately leveled for fighting.
考えるわ。それなりに手応えはありそうだ。その程度のレベルで我らの邪魔をするな。
Actually, wait, I want you to try something with me real quick.
Okay.
Do break. Oh no, I meant like all the way from the top.
No, because
I know we're trying to use skills, but I want to try something.
Okay.
Break. Oh no. I was saying break, and then block, then guard, break, and then what was the last one? Guard. I was right! They all use the exact same fucking pattern too. I knew these were designed by Shinji. Amazing.
Listen, Shinji actually only ever studied one game, and it was MOBAs.
Damn.
Actually, no. Shinji's a game champ of League of Legends. That fully fits him.
Mm-hmm.
Upon advancing into the labyrinth, we approach a hill with enemies that huddled on it. They're tightly packed into the thin path, so we can't avoid them. This malicious setup, definitely Shinji. Dear Lord.
Oh boy, here we go. Nice! You look real fed up. Thanks for giving me the reaction I was hoping for, Moon. These guys are as sturdy as it gets. Even if you beat one, will you have the stamina to climb up? I call this the...
It breaks your heart with a crack. The heartthrob golem-covered hill of hell.
In with your bull, and you're overdoing it with that heartthrob. Anyway, come up the hill and show me how you pant like a dog.
Shinji, you're making it weirder than you even usually make it. Let's see here. Do I have any of these left over? Because I don't want to deal with these. Yeah. I may have super overprepared for that fight with fucking Karna. Also, we have the money that I can actually buy like 4 of them. Oh, I could. Now I'll save that for an actual boss fight. Please tell me your first move is not guard. Perfect!
Oh, wait. Oh my god. Can you save state?
Okay.
Do only attacks. If I'm wrong, I'll pay for it.
No. You have to figure out the meta pretty quickly.
Fucking Shinji. Okay, he changes it one time.
We have the mana for it. We won't need the rest.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say most of the times I use his abilities to just loose the wind.
Oh. I'm just so happy.
それなりに手応えはありそうだ。貴様は脆いな。良い度胸だ。触れてやる。
Get brain.
自決しろとは言わん。
おお。
俺のマスターを名乗るのだ。これぐらいはしなくてはな。考えるにあたわぬわ。それなりに手応えはありそうだ。その程度のレベルで我らの邪魔をするな。下がっていろ。飽きぬやつ。良い度胸だ。
Jesus Christ.
He's bad at what he does.
Oh gee. We definitely needed that insight.
Hey, now we got all our mana back.
虚しい努力だが無駄ではないな。
I'm really panting, Shinji.
指示は手早くな。俺もそう待てんぞ。見えているぞ。笑わせるな。見えているぞ。笑わせるな。飽きぬやつよ。良い
Thanks
度
for
胸
pointing that out, Saki. You made our lives so much easier.
You're welcome.
Listen, I spent so much time leveling against actually... you were saying something, Saris?
Nope.
Oh.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, so I might have spent a lot of time leveling against creatures that used the old game system where you have two sets of, like, patterns, and it was just a matter of learning them through process of elimination. I'm so glad you realized they are leaning into being lazy game devs with a reason in universe. Somehow, we climbed all the way up. Looks like the labyrinth still continues further, but I guess we made it past the first hurdle.
Well, even I didn't think this would be enough to stop you.
Obviously. It would have been troubling if he did think this would be enough to stop Tsukiko Moon, the person that killed him last time. Leo entrusted everything to me, so no matter how ordinary or straightforward my solutions may be, stopping in my tracks is the one thing I won't do. That look in her eyes just now, she looked kind of cool. I do not want you. No. Just stop that girl crush right now.
What's going on here? You're acting kind of funny. Wait, Vaughn, consider this. We get to cuck Shinji.
No. Not even for that. That's the grenade I'm not following on here.
Anyway, don't think that this is the floor ends here. Whoever wins in the end is the winner.
That's how winning works, Shinji.
Oh, hey, they even give us a fountain here.
Yeah, we've been going for 3 hours. I'll save here, and then we can find somebody to raid.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming out for the Boys Love edition of No Love War Extra that was tainted by Shinji and Liz. Let me throw
What
something
a
up.
comeback.
Yeah, first I'm going to throw up the BRB screen and use the restroom real quick, and you guys tell them where they can find you, and then I'll find somebody for us to raid.
Alrighty, Sarah, so you can go first.
Aw, geez. You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl, where I'm doing a lot of art. I recently, not to toot my own horn, just posted an illustration yesterday that took me a very long time to work on and very long time to make, and is probably one of the best shows of like what I've been working on, tutorials I've been watching, things I've been practicing for like a minute. It is some OC content, so to speak. So if you're expecting like a fan art of some time, I'm sorry. But if you could give that some love, that'd be really, really awesome. Other than that, tomorrow we are here on this channel where we are in the middle of combat. So if you want to see whether or not the wanderers who are in the domain of Cardicus right now, and see if they actually survive the encounter, please go ahead and check us out tomorrow, same time as this stream, for those who wander. And then again in 2 weeks, we shall be here again, I believe. Wait, will we? What's happening? Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I'm bad at this.
You're fine. I'm back. Next week is Thanksgiving, so there won't be a stream on Saturday, and there won't be a stream on Sunday. So yeah. So the following week we should be good.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if you guys were pushing back Saved by the Spell a week because of it. So is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
Basically, the reason why we streamed and had a short stream last time is because we realized we were about to have a decent hiatus. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's me.
Did you go, Zako?
And you can find me at Zakoduo everywhere. Tomorrow I will be attempting to stream finally Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I've been meaning to get that on the docket for a while now, with my internet delays holding me up. But now, pending my health, we should be starting that game tomorrow. Let's see here. Monday. What is Monday? What did I put for Monday? What did I put on my schedule? Oh, I finally got my PS5 and all my stuff in the mail from delivering from Japan. So Monday, if I can get everything set up, we will be returning to Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Wednesday, we'll be doing Zenless Zone Zero. The new character Lighter will be released, so we'll be doing some polls along with his agent story. And then next, no stream Thursday, that'll be Thanksgiving. But for Friday, Black Friday grab bag. I'm playing whatever I want.
Nice.
That's me.
And you've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Blue Sky BurnoutVaughn. Mostly on Blue Sky, because it's lovely there. And people see the things I say. And I get to see lovely people do lovely things. Also on Patreon at Burnout's Bar. This week should basically be just Wizard Sibs Plays, I think. I have to talk to Zai, but I think that might be it. That said, I know who we're going to raid. Shadow Dancer Bob. We're getting him back. This is just raid revenge.
I have a recommendation for the raid message.
Okay.
Literally LGBT/Lancer Gunner Berserker Traveler.
Okay, give me a second here. I wanted to go up there. I'm just going to copy paste that.
No, please.
All right, so you heard LGBT, Lancer, Gunner, Berserker, Traveler. Thank you all for coming out. We will see you again in 2 weeks' time. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.